Good evening, legends. Thank you for joining us this evening on the Magpie Army Chronicles. Tonight we will be celebrating a special occasion. I'm sure everyone has been inundated with Pendle's videos all week, and we shall continue on that vein, but we'll also talk about a very important match also. It's probably the biggest game of the year for us. And to quote, I'll see if anyone in the chat can see what I'm quoting when I say this, but we are on the precipice of an enormous crossroads. If anyone can get that, where that line comes from, I'll give you a shout out. That's your prize, a shout out. I've got the teams up there. Before we go on about Pendles, we'll talk about the teams. You can see the ins and outs. So we're obviously Pendles and DC, Moore and Lipper in. Fly has decided to omit Gus Anderson. Unfortunately, Oscar Steed is out for the year. Buller, I have my thoughts on that, which I shall explain a bit later. And Parker was the obvious one. So 4 ins, 4 changes there. I've got my team, my personal preference as to where the players should be playing tomorrow in the lineup there on the screen. I shall go deeper into that later on, but at first I will introduce the panelists who are with me at the moment. I have the nicest man in Collingwood YouTube environment, Mr. Ben Zero. Good evening, Ben.
Good evening, Mick, and everyone in chat. I've got yous all fooled, haven't I?
I know. I reckon you're playing a game with us, mate. But I reckon we're slowly, myself and Warble and a few other people, I reckon we're slowly taking you to the dark side, mate.
Yeah, I can be a bit of a schizophrenic. We just got to manage it, manage the moments in my brain and see what comes out.
Yeah.
No, looking forward to tomorrow, mate. And I like your list there that you've got. The positions are quite nice. It's hard to argue with much of it. Good work, real good work.
Thank you, mate. I will go deeper into the reasons for my positions there. Benny, you've got everyone in the chat, as usual, get your tips and predictions in. I'll try and note them down, and we'll put them in the vault. And if I don't get them noted down, don't worry, I'll remind you to put them up again. But Benny Zero has gone for the Pies by 43. You've gone, and also there you go. Ricky got it from The Sopranos.
That's the right.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
All right. Who said it? Do you remember?
Mate, it's been 15 years nearly since I watched The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm due a rewatch though.
Oh, yeah. I have a Sopranos rewatch, I reckon, every 4 years, mate. I've got every episode on DVD. So it is Carmine Jr. that says it. He's got a way with words. And just quietly, not to go off too much on a Sopranos tangent here, but I reckon he wasn't as stupid as Little Carmine. That's it. He wasn't as stupid as everyone thought, because right at the end, mate, he's one of the last people standing while everyone else got whacked. So I could talk about I could talk the rest of this stream about Sopranos, but we won't, because we've got an important game to talk about.
There's channel dedicated to that stuff.
Okay, so Benny, you'll put your predictions in, and there's a little cryptic riddle in your predictions here. You've gone Pies by 43. You've gone West to kick 4. You've gone Jamie to kick 3, and you've gone Shooter to kick 3. I wonder why you've gone with such sequential predictions there. So let's see if anyone can work it out in the chat.
I've made the caveat that if they kick more than that, it doesn't count for my vault this week. It has to be exact.
Okay, that's your call, mate. Because I would have
Yeah,
given
absolutely.
you a green light if Westy kicks more than 4, but
No,
he
it
has to.
has to be precise
So,
for this week.
so if Westy's on 4, and you're going to be hoping he shanks it after that.
I'm going to start. Yeah, I might have to start throwing streamers onto the field to distract him, or lift my shirt up
Yeah,
or something. I don't know. We'll figure it
yeah,
out on the day just to
yeah,
get it right.
yeah. I've gone for the Pies to win by 77, and I've gone for Westy to kick a bag of 5. That's my tip. I always keep my tip short and sweet like that. I don't want to put too many in because that's the secret with getting the green light on the in the vault there. Don't give too many. And Voidoid's given me 1 million, but that's the way it is. He's got Voidoid's gone. Where is he? Let me get it up there. 1 second, guys.
Voidoid has the cojones, though. That's what I like about his tips.
Yeah, yeah. What I love about Voidoid, we were having a chat in a past stream. I can't find it, but Voidoid's gone Collingwood by 99. There you go. And he's gone. His boy, Ed Allen, he's gone to get 34 possessions, 9 tackles, 8 clearances, and a goal. He's gone for McStay for 4 goals. So there you go. Lost my train of thought because I'm just rambling on. While I remember what I was trying to talk about, I'll introduce Mr. Ultimate Greatness. If you are his friend, you can call him Sean. How are you, Sean?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Good, man, good. How you feeling for tomorrow, Shawnee?
Yeah, nerves are starting to kick in at the moment. So it's just I don't know. It is probably a lot due to like the media. I feel like the media have put this game or has put a lot more pressure on this game. Where I think with us Collingwood supporters, we're coming in with a bit more of it sort of feels like we're going to like a birthday party or just a party in general where we're just sort of trying to get good vibes. Where I
Yeah,
think it's in the media that's sort of just been, oh, Collingwood have to win this. Oh, it'd be embarrassing if they lose. So I feel like that's now started kicking because it is sort of like as much as you hate it, it is kind of true.
yeah,
We have put a lot of time and effort into this game, so for us to lose, I think it would be a bit embarrassing. But really, at the end of the day, like even if we do lose, it doesn't change anything about Pendles. It doesn't really, change anything about where this club is like heading. At least, like I don't think a win or a loss against West Coast doesn't move the needle in us either winning the flag, losing the flag, making finals, not making
yeah,
finals. I don't think it changes anything. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, yeah, hopefully we can go out there and treat it in the way that it deserves and treat it like it is a party, and we can stick around with good vibes and just have a fun time. Where I would I would like to think that everyone likes football and football is their hobby. So
yeah,
let's treat it as such. I think this is going to be the one day where I think all the stress and all the all the criticisms that we've had over the season, I think I'm just going to put it to the side tomorrow and just go, no, tomorrow's the day of football. Tomorrow is
yeah,
the day of celebrating Pendles.
yeah,
Just I don't want one thought where it's not positive tomorrow,
yeah.
and that's sort of the space I'm living in. So
Even if it's within a goal near the end.
I mean, I'm such a competitive person and such a driving of the standards type of person to where
Yeah.
it probably is going to annoy me. But at the end of the day, let's just get the win for Pendles. We're here to
Yeah.
win games of football, and if that win also gets us further to making finals and giving us a good
Yeah.
position, that is what
Mm.
it's all about at the end of the day. And yeah,
Yeah.
if we can put a smile on Pendles' face tomorrow, then that would be a
Mm.
massive bonus.
Yeah. I've just remembered what I was going to say earlier. It was about Voidoid. on a past stream, we were talking about when we played Geelong, and Geelong had that real cringy music after goals, and we were talking about what songs we would personally have after kicking a goal, and Voidoid would play an avant-garde jazz John Cage or John Coltrane song after if you were to kick a goal. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. Anyway, I've got a person backstage. His name is Nate. He's from the YouTube channel called Nate Talks Pies, and I'll get him on now. Good evening, Nate.
Hoi hoi. So I got the camera off tonight. Got the heater on.
That's right.
I'm sweating my balls off.
There you go, mate.
I'm also nervous.
Nervous. Okay. How do you see tomorrow's game, mate?
Well, I think we will win. Famous last words, I know. As Ultimate Greatness was saying, let's treat it as a celebration of Scott Pendlebury. Let's perform in style as well. And most importantly, get the win, get back on the winners list and push on for this. If we lose this somehow, we're going to cop it from every single angle across the world. Even if we just win this in a close one, they'll still come at us. But this is the platform, I reckon. Use it as a platform, drive it for the next 2 weeks, hopefully, and then go into the bye. Something to, add that positive momentum and obviously celebrate Pendlebury's 433rd, Houston's 200th. So it is starting to kick in. I'm thankful I've sort of staggered myself on this one. I know the Pendlebury celebrations were kicking in last week from the media. I avoided that last week and avoided some of it this week, even the online discourse and whatnot. So now it's starting to kick in. He's named. It's going to be official tomorrow. Can't even think about other games at the moment. It's just, celebration first and then hopefully celebrate with the win with the group. Yeah.
No worries. Nate, Nate, I've been watching your videos lately and they're next level, mate. I keep reminding you of that because that's what they are. They're absolutely fantastic. And you did a couple of Pendlebury ones, especially your choice of your favourite Pendlebury moments. We'll go around the board and we'll just I'll ask the guys on the panel some of your favourite Pendlebury moments. Now, I'll go first. Now, this is not, I can't even remember this game, but it would have been one of his first 10 games back in the mid-2000s. And it was at the G. I was at the game and I was sitting there. There was a group of us and there was an older gentleman who probably was watching games from the 1950s. That's how old this guy was. And it was probably Pendle's 7th or 8th game. And he gathered, the ball came to him on the wing. He gathered the ball and I saw that familiar sidestep that we've come to know and respect. And he wrong-footed 2 players. This is in his first season. He's wrong-footed 2 players and then run off and laced out somebody. And I just turned to my cousin who was watching it with me, and I just said to him, mate, I have never seen anything like that. This kid is going to be a gun. And the old fella that was sitting near us chimed in as well, and he said, this kid's going to be something special. And just from then, this was probably his 7th game, and just from then, I just knew this guy was going to be something special. And, mate, that's putting a shiver down my spine just thinking about that day because it just came true. He just came good. And it was so obvious right from the start that this guy had class. And he got the longevity factor as well. And everyone likes to say he's the greatest player to ever play for us. And sometimes I think that's a bit unfair. The club's got a very long history. You're looking at very successful teams from back in the 30s. You hear about all these names, and I've read about them all, the Coventrys, the Colliers, the Richards brothers, the that machine team that won 4 flags in a row from 1927 to 1930. But Pendles has got the stats up there, man. He has to be considered as probably the greatest player to ever put on the black and white. So that's my little special moment of Pendles. Yeah, I'll just go around the board. Benny, is there anything? Can you just highlight for us something special you want to say about about Pendles?
I'll give you 2, but they're completely different. And I'll explain it. I'll explain why. On field and like a moment, it was in the 2010 grand final, second quarter, I believe, when we were getting a bit of a run on in the centre clearances, and he actually sidestepped one of our blokes. I don't think it was Swanee. It was whoever else was in the middle with him, and he kind of gets the ball, and he brushed aside one of our blokes, snapped it into the forward line. And I cannot remember off the top of my head right now which one of our players got onto it, but we got another goal, and it might have been McCaffrey or one of the Didac ones. I can't remember exactly, but I just remember thinking, mate, he's not only can he dodge other players, he dodges our blokes when he needs to as well. So that was fantastic. But my personal favourite Scott Pendlebury moment is it would have been 2016 or 17, I can't remember precisely, but I got to train with him in the gym for about an hour and a half. So that was fantastic, and I didn't even talk footy with him. It was just about general stuff, Obviously, we're trying to focus on lifting weights and things like that, but there's a whole backstory to why it all went down. You kind of know it. But yeah, very special. And I don't get starstruck, man, but I was like, oh, Benny, just don't say anything freaking stupid, just try and be cool, try and, just be yourself, lift and try and impress him that way, and don't be a dickhead and sort of dribble, you know what I mean? Kind of like what I'm doing now. But yeah, that was a really cool moment, man. So yeah, I was just thankful for that opportunity too. But yeah, two sort of out there sort of moments. Apart from a few obvious games that we'd all love. And Nate did a grouse video this week, and I was just like, oh, these moments, some of the ones that would, that echo in my head, the Geelong one where he kicked 4 goals, for instance. I definitely remember that. I was sitting in the stands in 2012. So yeah, he's done all the hard work for us this week, guys. Go and check him out. He's done some really good stuff.
Yeah. And speaking of the devil, Nate, I know you've given us those videos, but we just want to hear again from you. What is something special about Pendles that resonates with you?
Well, there's 433 moments, but this is not my favourite moment, but the game against North Melbourne in 2018, bouncing the ball on the pigeon. I was on the Into the Woods panel show talking about this as well, because I was there with a North Melbourne mate while at uni, and he picked it out straight away, and he was the only one that picked it out when it happened, like live. He was going, I'm pretty sure he just bounced the ball on the pigeon, because he could notice a bird just flapping around, and sure enough, they show it on the big screens that he's bounced the ball on the bloody pigeon. Only Scott Pendlebury can do such a thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Sean, can you share with us a moment about Pendles that is special to you?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's a sign of how good of a player he was, is that you've just got so many moments to rattle off. I don't know. One of the moments that's coming to mind at the moment is what was it? Was it 09? We played Sydney and West Coast, and then was it 09 that was Sydney, West Coast, and then Adelaide? No, Adelaide was 09.
07. Are you talking about the final?
07. Yeah, 07. That's what it was. Where we basically played West Coast in a semi-final, and basically just like the way that he just turned up in that last quarter with Swanee. Probably a bit of a Pendles and Swanee sort of shout out, if anything, but just the fact that that was like the coming of age, and then not only did we have Swanee there, you know, Pendles, and at least like to me as a kid, because I would have been, if it was 07, I would have been 12, and just that, just sort of that moment of just going, damn, like that's not fully understanding because you don't really understand it at that point at 12, but you still knew that there was like, you knew what it was, but you just didn't know what it was at the time. Just thinking, okay, this is the future of our midfield. Swanee and Pendle's going at it. You know, because I think, I can't remember who kicked the first goal, but whoever kicked one goal, the other guy kicked the other one. You know, sort of like right after, and you could just sort of see that was sort of the moment where it's like, okay, we're in a really good spot. And really, if you think about it, from 07, that's actually where we sort of kicked off all of our success, really. I know we had the finals in 02 and 03, how we lost those like grand finals and stuff, but 07 was really sort of when we started like making prelims all the time. And I don't know how many times we've like missed finals since and stuff, but it was really rare that we missed finals outside of a couple of years, probably under Bucks. And then obviously that 1 year under Fly. Fly didn't. Oh yeah, sorry, no, we missed finals like 2 years ago. But yeah, it was just a moment in time where you sort of look at it and it was like, yeah, we've got something special to where, you know, this club's just not going to be terrible for a long time, sort of thing. And if we have these guys, you know, going around, and it was just the start of something special. And obviously with Pendlebury now, he's played 432, going to 433 games now. So, that's probably like one of the moments that sticks out to me. I mean, I do have actually a pretty good story because I know with Benny how he had a personal one. I've actually got a personal one to Pendles as well.
Go on.
So this was a couple of years ago. I think I was doing content back then. So it was around that sort of weird time. And Tim Zhu was going for the heavyweight. No, not heavyweight. Anyway, he was going for a title. I'm not a boxing person, so I don't know what I'm talking about in this space. But Tim Zhu was going for a title. And he was basically at the KGM Centre, I think they call it now, because they always change that name every 2 weeks, it feels like. But at the KGM Centre, he was there doing like media and all that. Pendles was there as well. And I was just doing my thing, and I think I was like trying to see if I could like record like the press conference, but obviously because I'm not media, I have to like be a certain distance away. So I was trying to be as close to the media without being a part of the media. So there's like a little bit of fence, and anyway, I tried to get as close as I could. And I could see that Pendles, as he was doing like the press conference, he had Tim Zhu next to him. He was like, you know, sort of like doing his thing. I was sort of questioning if he could see me or not, because I could sort of see. I mean, he was obviously a straight professional with it. Obviously, answered all the questions and everything. But he ended up, he sort of ended up coming up to me, and after like the press conference he had with Tim Zhu and stuff, and he actually gave me like a fist bump just to say, "Yeah, awesome work." Because apparently what I was doing was, he thought it was, because he told me he thought I was absolutely hilarious, because like I was in casual clothing. I looked the furthest thing from like a reporter, and he just thought it was the funniest thing that I was like trying to be this reporter, and I was literally looking like you know, the golf caddy from like Happy Gilmore, because I had like the biggest like homeless look, and he just thought it was the most funniest thing. I got like a fist bump from him and everything, and he's like, "Yeah, that's awesome." And that was I've even got like even got a picture with him and everything, and like it was pretty awesome and stuff. It's just funny because I was just thinking, like, I didn't know how he was going to react or whatever, but the fact that he just came up and he wanted like a fist bump, obviously did it, and it just made his whole day, and I'm like, that's cool. The fact that I made Pendlebury's day was like, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, good man. Okay, so massive milestone game. tomorrow for this bloke here, mate. Come on, man. We're all forgetting about him, mate. 200 games, man. Poor guy's getting overshadowed tomorrow, mate. Just have to throw that in there, mate. Let's hope, he's played 200 games. We're waiting for him to show us what he did in those first 2 rounds where everyone was shouting from the rooftops, the real Houstons. Back, but 200 games. So well done, Dan. But we want to see more of that, mate. But it's good that your 200th game is kind of like we're talking about all the fanfare of Pendles. So there's not going to be much pressure on you. But yeah, well done. Anyway, we'll
Rookie numbers
later. Yeah. All right. Just with Pendles, I do believe that tomorrow at the game, at the 10-minute mark, they're going to be doing an applause. So that'll be nice. And whoever's going to the game, let us know in the chat. I'll be going. I reckon all 4 of us are going. Yeah?
I'll be there. Yep.
Yep. All right. Beautiful. All right. Just to let you know, I will be smashing my darts outside gate 3. Would be nice. Anyone want to come and say hello? You'll see me at each change before and after the game outside gate 3. I'll probably have a dart in my hand. I might have a beanie on my head, and come and say hello. And but we've got to. If you do come and see me at half time, there's an arrangement I have with Mr. Benny Zero. We do not make any predictions, okay? So if you come up to me at halftime, don't say to me, I reckon we're going to win or something like that. No. No matter what the score is, we just, say hello to each other, talk about the game, but don't make any predictions because that's a bad omen, isn't it, Benny, after that prelim against Brisbane, mate? When I said to you, mate, we're going to fucking smash it in the second half.
Yeah, that is pure jinx powers, mate. We just zip it up and, we're doing quite nicely. Don't know how it's going to go. Lovely. Let's enjoy the second half. That's what we say.
Yeah. Now, we're all 4 of us are going to the game. During the game, we'll text each other, whatever. We should meet up and have a chin wag. It'll be fun. Yeah. Yep. And that goes for in the chat too. Adrian, if you're listening, I know you're going to the game. And I know you love a dart as well, mate. Gate 3, mate. Meet up with me. I want to meet you, man. All right. So it is time for my first segment. And here we go. I'll get it on here.
Hey, Fly, listen to me, mate.
All right. Now, I know not many of you know this, okay, but I have a secret arrangement with Fly. Okay, so I've been meeting up with Fly. I was meeting up with him in the preseason, actually, and came up with a bit of an arrangement. So he does not let me do anything with selection. So he selects the team, and then I give him the tactics and the strategies. And if he decides to listen to me, he'll listen to me. When he doesn't, we invariably get our asses kicked. So I hope he's listening to me because if he did, we would have beaten Freo, we would have beaten Hawthorn. Anyway, so this selected team, it's not my selection. I would have kept Buller in. I think we're going a bit too small up forward with McStay. He's gonna have to chop out. We're gonna have moments where Westy is gonna be the lone tall. I don't agree with that, Fly, but I'm just you listen to my advice, and maybe we'll get the win. Now you can see on the lineup there, I've got something peculiar. You'll see Darcy Moore on a half forward flank there. The reason I've got him there, and this is the advice I'm giving to you, Fly. At some stage in the game, I would like to see Darcy Moore tried in the ruck. Okay. Now, I know that sounds a bit strange. A lot of people have been calling for this. Warble, I know this is your idea. I'm pinching it. Start him in the forward line, but give him license to roam around the ground and be a kick behind the play and rucking where needed. I reckon that can rejuvenate him. Our defence without Darcy Moore has been solid. They work for each other. Howie, Frampton, and Bruzzy, they've worked out who needs to jump and when. They combine together well. I know Darcy Moore, he's been very erratic. For this game, I just don't want to see him back there. I would like for Fly to experiment with Moore as a ruck forward in this game. If you do that, Fly, I reckon it'll open up a new dynamic for us and give it a go. Okay, another thing I'd like to see, I love the look of, I'm so rapt that West kept his spot. I was really anxious that you might have dropped him, but no, he's kept his spot and I've got him right there full forward. I want Westy to be our main man tomorrow. Stay in the goal square. Lead from the goal square, take contested marks. When the ball falls to the ground, hopefully shooters somewhere near you and can help you out. So that's a good thing. West right in the goal square. Now you got the Harley Reid factor. Harley Reid, who's going to play on him? I would put Jack Crisp on Harley Reid. Now, Jack Crisp, I thought he would have done a job on Dempsey. I thought he would have done a job on Heaney. Both times he didn't listen to me, Fly. Listen to me, mate. Harley Reid's a big boy. Crisp can take him. And, yeah, just do that. Now, the game style that we played against Sydney, if we replicate that game style that we played in the first half, that'll take us a long way to winning the next 5 games. So you have to get these players up for the occasion. Coming out flat will be unforgivable. We have to come out, replicate that game style from last week, and we will smash them. And if you listen to me, we will smash them by 77 points, as I tipped. I disagree with you for dropping Buller. I know Buller had a really hard game last week. He was asked a lot of him. He was rucking up against Grundy. He got smashed. I'm just a bit concerned with the forward line. I wish there was more height there. Our colleague on the panel, Nate, has mentioned that the Buller-West combination is our best tall combination so far in the squad. I would have loved to see them strut their stuff at a packed MCG. It's not going to happen. So it looks like you've gone small. You're going a bit small ball for this Fly. But if we replicate our game style from last week and no second half capitulations like we did against Geelong and Freo and last week, we should win this game fairly easily. Now, the ruck, this Bailey Williams from West Coast, he absolutely had a worldie of a game last week. He was playing against GWS. As Collingwood supporters, we can recall that Oscar Steen destroyed GWS. Bailey Williams did the same thing to him. Now, big concerned about DC coming back. Now, DC, from the training reports, it seemed like I saw the training reports and people were telling me that Ilaru Smith was jumping over DC at training, and that's a bit of a concern. So I'm a bit worried that Bailey Williams will be jumping over DC. We have to set up defensively at stoppages and get these guys on the break when we intercept the ball. And McStay is going to have to help out in that regard. Now, I can't see Bailey Williams having a big day out in front of 95,000 at the G on such a big occasion. DC should step up, but I am a little bit concerned about that. But anyway, Fly, you listen to me. we will win by 77 points. Balls in your court, mate. And that's the Mick Tells Fly segment. All right. Okay, got some people backstage. Before I get the backstage people in, I still got to get tips from Nate and Greatness. So I'll start with you, Greatness. What's your tip for tomorrow, mate?
Oh, I mean, yeah, we should be winning this game by 10 goals, especially if we want to have it as a celebration for the Pendles. I still think West Coast are a bottom 2, bottom 4 side, so we should get it done in that aspect. But this is still a Collingwood team. I think we walk away with, I'll go 28 points.
Okay. And give us a prediction, mate, for the
Um,
vault. Because what
Yeah,
goes
well,
in the vault stays in the vault.
well, that's the thing. I was going to go West for 5, but no, I'll go original. I'll go. Actually, I'll say this. So even though this will be a Pendles game,
Yep.
I've got a really good feeling that Alan's going to have a breakout game.
Yep.
So Alan's going to have 25 and a goal.
Okay. All right. 25 and 1 forward.
Yep.
Edward Allen. Okay, no worries.
Yep.
Nate, can I get a tip and a prediction from you, mate?
I actually have a few predictions for some players, but I'll go Collingwood by, I'll go 39 points, 101-62 sort of thing. I don't think it's going to be a straightforward sort of performance. I think we'll get a buffer at half time, but fail to kick away, but we'll hold strong at the end. I've got a few player predictions. I'll go, well, everyone's going Charlie West breakout game. I'm going that as well, but I'll go at least 3 goals. Something that keeps him in the side at the very least. I'm going Shooter, 20 disposals and 2 goals. He loves playing against West Coast. First time playing against West Coast as a Collingwood player, so there's that. I don't know what Ed Allen's career high disposal count is at the AFL level, but I'm going to predict he has a career high possession game for Collingwood here.
Yep.
And there was one more I was going to say as well. Darcy Moore won't play a lick of ruck. Sorry to be disagree on that.
Yeah.
Darcy Moore.
I know that. Yeah. I know that's not going to happen, but that's my advice to Fly. But it won't happen. Yeah. Hey, Storny, have you got something going on in the background there, mate?
All right, I'll fix it.
Yeah, thanks, babe. All right. Okay. I've got Adrian backstage. I'll get him on.
Yeah.
How are you, Adrian?
Good evening, Woodsman. Mick,
What's
look
going
at
on,
the shirt,
pal?
mate. Akadaka. Look at you.
You like it? Yeah.
Hey. And Benny,
Mate,
that a fresh clip?
It looks like it.
Thanks for noticing, mate. That's bloody. That warms my heart, mate.
Looking sharp, mate. All ready for Pendle's big day.
Yeah.
Just in case he spots me in the crowd and does some love heart stuff or something, I got to make sure I'm sharp.
Beautiful, mate. Love it. How are we?
Fantastic.
That's the way.
What are your feelings for tomorrow, Adrian?
Look, pretty much what everyone's already touched on, mate. I think we should win comfortably, but we won't. So I reckon Nate's sort of scoreline's correct. I reckon you're looking between like the 40 to 60 point mark. What funny thing actually that I just picked up on. Obviously last year when we played West Coast and we went in with the 8 tall forwards. This week we're actually playing West Coast with probably the smallest forward line we've ever played with. So it's a bit ironic how it changes over the years. But yeah, look, prediction. I sort of spoke about it last night. I reckon if we're well in control of the game, you're going to see a lot of feeding to Pendles. So I reckon you're looking at. I'll go Pendlebury 35 plus and a couple of goals. I reckon he's just going to. Yeah, I reckon the second half's just going to be a bit of a. If we're in control of the game, I feel as though it's going to be a lot of. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of where's Pendles and similar to what happened in the Essendon game where it looked like we started just giving him free rein really and just letting him do as he wishes. And so I'm going to go Pendles 35 plus and a couple of goals.
Yep. And look, man, come on, Adrian, 40 to 60. You got to give me a definite margin there, mate. We're talking about the vault here, mate.
That's fair. Let's go 50. 50 and right in the middle.
Okay, mate. Beautiful. So you're definitely going to the game tomorrow, Adrian?
I'll be there, Mick. I'll be there.
Yep.
I'm guessing you and Benny and Nate and UG are going. Everyone's going, are we?
Yep.
I'm going.
That's
fucking
nice.
oath, mate.
Very good, mate. Yep.
All right. Okay. Now, looking at that lineup there, there's a few players that need to lift, yeah? I've got my eye on two players. There's two players in this team. Like there's a whole bunch of them, but I'm just going to highlight these two. First one is Jamie Elliott. Now, Jamie, I've put it in the vault that Jamie will have an absolute purple patch when winter hits. Now, I'm not sure if it's officially winter yet. It's getting there, and he needs to start stepping up, man. Now, I don't know what it is. Is it because McStay's been in the forward line? He's just not himself. So I want to see Jamie get back up there and fucking just have an absolute fucking string of games where he kicks those 3s and 4s and 5s. So he's going to step up. The other one is Bo McCreary. Bo McCreary's had 2 absolute fucking stinkers in a row, which is a little bit concerning. We know he's had a interrupted preseason. He's missed a game. He was getting managed, so he's obviously sore for some reason. Bo, you got to step up, mate. And I wouldn't mind seeing Bo get some sort of role tomorrow. I've indicated my preference for Crisp to take on Harley Reid, but I'd like to see, I wouldn't mind seeing Bo getting that job as well. So he's going to step up as well. I'll go around the panel, looking at our team there. Who do you think needs to really step up that hasn't been setting the house on fire? Can I start with you, Benny?
Yeah, mate. I made a dick of myself on an Anthony stream last night when I said Bo needs to lift. I might have gone too far to say he needs VFL time. I don't know. I still kind of think that. I don't know. Maybe I get some more pats on the back in here or slaps to the face, whatever. It's all good. So he was my guy. I sort of announced it yesterday. I'd like to see a bit of, more moving the needle and living up to our expectation of him. And stop being the nearly guy and be the actually pulls it off guy kind of thing. Yeah, is that fair?
Yep. Anyone else want to add about someone that wants to you want to see lift? How about you, Nate?
Yeah, this is going to be harsh, but for a special occasion, the Robin to Pendlebury's Batman side bottom, I think he needs to lift. He's averaging 10.6 disposals last 3 games. I'm going to go left field. Now, I'm going back to 2024 on this, where maybe side bottom plays that run with role on Harley Reid. He's not going to take it to the ground or anything, but side bottom, he can be an annoying prick on his opposition. So I think something like that can get under Harley Reid's skin. Crisp can do something like that. Ned Long, Bo can play that, the big boys game on Harley Reid, but still side bottom can play that annoying role, can run for days as well. Just need to see that sort of lift from side bottom. Surely in a game like this, he's able to have 15, 20 disposals, a cheeky goal, give it to Harley Reid sort of thing, but a bit of a long shot on Harley Reid. But just a lift in performance as well for still side bottom here.
Okay. Shorty?
Someone that needs to lift. Not really sure. I was going to say actually Steele, but is Steele still playing?
Rowan Steele, he's named.
Actually, I'll say that because he's been a guy I've basically been hyping all season, and I feel like has had a bit of a low. So, bit of a tough love sort of experiment here right now. I just need him to get better.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, there's a number of players on notice, okay? This is a big occasion game. They're going to want to shine. All the eyes are, I reckon every game we play is the blockbuster. We play fucking Frio away from home or fucking GWS away from home. That's the blockbuster of the round. And now this game here is just off the charts. Everyone's going to be watching. So a lot of these players, they're going to be under the microscope here. There's a few of them on notice. You got Ned Long, you got Rowan Steele, you got Lipper. A lot of us were not happy that he got named, but he's there. There's a player called Samuel Swadling in the VFL that's absolutely producing numbers that top 5 draft picks produce, and he was number 30 or something, whatever. So he's knocking on the door. So these guys really have to step up, and God forbid we fucking lose this game tomorrow, and anything is possible. It'll be interesting to see what happens after that, because if we do lose, it'll open up a massive can of worms. Adrian, is there anyone you want to see step up for tomorrow?
Yeah, so the guys touched on a few of them there, but thankfully not mine. I know this sounds a bit harsh, but considering he's just come back from injury, but it's DC, Darcy Cameron. Now with Steen going down, we really need Darcy Cameron to recapture his Copeland Trophy form. Look, I know it's hard, and we've spoken about it with these new rules. They've sort of stitched him up a bit. We all know that. We all understand that. But yeah, we really do need him to find an extra gear now if we want to make anything of this season, because I think he's been fairly average to start the year. Hopefully he can just bloody produce something in the ruck like he used to. But look, the jumping might be a concern, but yeah, he's just got to find a way. You're a pro, you're our ruckman. You just got to have to find a way, mate.
Yeah, it's true, man. The elite players find a way, man. He cannot go the rest of the season getting absolutely fucking dominated, man. He's got to find a way to win the taps. You look at Grundy. Grundy is not a fucking jumper, but he's winning the taps. So there's no excuse there, man. We lauded him last year. He's fantastic around the ground, but we just want to see him fucking absolutely get back to. I know the rules, changed and it's not been helpful for him, but he doesn't want to go out tomorrow in front of fucking 90,000+ and get fucking schooled by some fucking youngster. Because remember that the Adelaide game, he got absolutely schooled by fucking, a couple of youngsters that had, one of them, hadn't even played fucking 10 games or something. And that's a bit concerning, man. But hopefully McStay can give him a bit of a chop out. I'm a little bit concerned, man, about first thing is we're going in a bit small, and also their midfield, just on paper, Harley Reid, and for some reason, it's always happened. Someone like Elliot Yeo gets himself into form just before playing us. If we're losing the taps, these guys could, get a run on, and it's fucking, you don't want to see that happening. All right. Look, guys, just to let you know, backstage is full. I've got a lot of people backstage. I don't want to get anyone on just for the moment. The conversation's nice and flowing. We'll see how we go, and we'll try and get a few people on a bit later on. Just to let you guys know, tomorrow, myself and hopefully I'm joined by Sean Ultimate Greatness. We'll be doing a watch-along of the VFL game starting from about 11. The game starts at 11. We'll probably start the stream at about 10:30. So join us for that. And there's a lot. It's going to be a very intriguing VFL game with the MSD draft coming soon. We're in dire need of a ruckman, and so tomorrow's VFL game is going to be very intriguing for three factors. We've got Ilaru Smith, who was jumping all over DC in training. Now he could sense an opportunity for himself with the loss of Oscar Steen. So you never know; he might be spurred on to start performing because there is an opportunity for him. And then you got Teakle, who's non-affiliated, but will be nominating for the MSD draft. He'll want to impress. He's already training with us, so if he has he'll want to have a good game. And then on top of that, we're going up against Werribee, and they've got a very tall ruckman. What's his name? His name is Ajang Kuwal Mun, 23-year-old. He's had a fantastic season in the VFL. By all reports, he's leading in the hit-outs. His only problem is he can't really run too well around the ground, but he always gets the tap out. So you've got that three-way duel going on for the VFL tomorrow. So that's going to be very intriguing. We are we're lacking now in the ruck stocks. A lot of people are saying we should have kept Mason Cox. There's a whole bunch of ruckmen that have nominated for the MSD draft. But the thing is, I don't think many of them you can just put them straight into the seniors and they can do a job. I could be wrong. One kid that's playing for Carlton that's not attached to their main AFL is a kid called Flynn Riley. I think he's only about 18, very tall, and he dominated us when we played the Carlton reserves earlier this year. So that could be one, but that's a long-termer. I think we need someone that can come in pretty quickly. Now, traditionally, in the MSD draft, we usually pick up someone that's like the best possible player. And if we were going to go down that road, as we usually do, Herbert, his surname's Herbert, I don't know his first name, plays for Geelong. He's an absolute gun. He absolutely tailed us up. And I reckon we probably go for him. The main man that knows all about these players is Shawnee. Shawnee, in this coming MSD draft, what do you think the club's going to go for?
I mean, just going off history, I just feel like the club doesn't necessarily go for future options. Future options when it comes to like the back line.
Yeah.
So, and especially with Noah Howe's playing as well as he is, I feel like we're just going to ignore the defenders like completely. I just have that gut feeling.
Yeah.
And it is a little bit of bias on my end because I think like someone like a Tom Scully, if you want to go get a key forward that basically kicks goals in his sleep, that guy's just, he's just a pure key forward. If he can get his hands on the ball like with a mark or just in any way, shape or form, he's a genuine key forward that kicks goals.
Yep.
So that's a pretty exciting prospect because I think once you throw Howes down back, that sort of gives you a spot where you can develop a key forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably and that probably wouldn't be my main option. Main option would probably be to go for a ruck. So you just pick whatever the best ruck is in the draft. And because Tom Scully was already at Port Adelaide, normally when you have a player that's already or that has already been at a football club, normally their draft stocks aren't that high. I mean, I think going off history, I can't even tell you if there's even been a ex-AFL player that has gone anywhere in the first round through the mid-season draft. If there is, I'm sure it'd be only like one, maybe two people outside of, I mean, how long they've been doing it now for about 9 years now. So That just goes to show you that's the exception to the rule rather than the rule itself. I mean, but then, you sort of look at like midfielders. Like a midfielder would be nice, but I mean, when you have, our ruck stocks at the moment, they're pretty dire with now Steen out for the year. And I mean, like McMahon would be nice, like that. That could be an option, but the fact that we've already had him in our system, again, how many times do we see players go back to previous options and stuff? I think if you're going to pick up anyone, chances are that you're probably going to pick up someone that hasn't been at a club before, and they're probably going to be oh, yeah, true. I completely forgot about how McMahon's on Essendon's list. Yeah, there you go. But yeah,
yeah. Sorry to cut in there, Sean. Oscar McInerney.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I know he's old, but he could do a job for us for the rest of the year if we pick him up.
Is he actually available? Because I thought he retired.
I think he retired, but, mate, we should try and coax him out of that, man. I know he's won a premiership. He probably doesn't give a fuck anymore, but he'd be.
I don't think his body holds up.
No, not even for the rest of the year as a stopgap.
His body was cooked last year. Like the fact that he finally got that premiership for Brisbane last year, that was a miracle in of itself. I don't think his body would hold up for 12 games of AFL footy.
Okay. I only brought that up because I saw a report that whichever league he's playing in, he's absolutely fucking killing it. But obviously he's on such a higher level than who he's playing against. So that's natural. Yeah. That's the only reason I brought that up. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the moment, I'm just going through the VFL up at the moment, just going through hit outs, just as a quick sort of like cheeky little like inside sort of like trying to see if I can get some names. I mean, even Sam Grant, he's actually leading the hit outs right now.
Yeah.
He could be a potential option. I mean, he's at Port Melbourne, so if he's nominated, that'd be great. So he's actually leading the hit outs. He's had 261 hit outs for the season and averaging 37.3 a game. I'm pretty sure, there's been a few guys that we've been linked to. I think there was one guy in the waffle. Was there a guy in the Neefle maybe, or the Quaffle? Sandful. There was a guy in the Sandful that we were linked to as well. So I think rucks are probably the first option, and then depending on what happens there, we'll and then depending on what happens there, if we go midfielder, if we go forward. I just personally think, as much as we can sit here and say, damn, it'd be so nice to have a defender, I just I just had this like gut feeling we're just going to completely ignore a defender.
We're not. We'll go for best player available, and then we'll probably get a stopgap ruck. But as I said, all those rucks, then you probably can't trust them to. You can probably, the best thing for them would be to play VFL and we get Smith up for a game. And going by Smith's game last week, I'd give him a go in one of the, like against the Richmond or something like that, just to see how he goes, because you got to see, you never know. Some players, you put them in the big time and they fucking, they show something, even though, like, everything I've seen of Smith until last week's game, which I've only seen like little snippets of, hasn't been that good. But, if he had a good game last week, he's probably sensing, he'll probably, as of tomorrow, he'll probably sense the occasion and think, fuck, I can probably get a game here, man, if I start performing. I've got to start, taking this, I'm sure he's taking his footy seriously, but now he can probably see like an opportunity there.
Yeah. I mean, and it comes down to, I think, is it Josh that made the comment? We have O'Brien making the call, so it's like I'm, as much as I'm sitting here trying to look at a few names, just because, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a nuffy. Like I'm going to be doing it regardless if we have O'Brien someone else. So, but like, yeah, it's just good just to sort of get a good sort of glimpse of like, potentials and stuff. But yeah, I'm sure, it'll come mid-season draft. We'll pick 2 players and we'll sort of see how they go. And depending on what happens, yeah, I've got full faith in whoever O'Brien picks. He's certainly got a good track record so far. So I'm pretty confident. Yeah, because even Tyne is also playing pretty well too now. Tyne Printable, so I don't think you can really say anyone's like sort of not holding their own. Outside probably maybe like a McCarthy, but we went into McCarthy knowing full well he wasn't going to do much early.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure, and let's see, it'll probably be someone that's probably not even in the VFL. Like, there's plenty of leagues around Australia that we can pick from. Like, yeah, Sandford's pretty good. The Waffle will have someone. There's a few guys around that 23 years of age mark that are definitely performing right now. So, so even if we don't get one, we'll probably get the second best ruck that's outside of the AFL competition. So. I'm not really stressing over it too much, but yeah, it's always interesting to know like what's going on and stuff. Because you got that Carlton VFL ruckman. He seems to be all right. And I think there was a key forward in the Waffle that we were looking at. I think he's playing for Peel Thunder as well. So
is that Podolowski or something like that? Or am I wrong?
No, I don't think so. It doesn't ring a bell.
No. Someone mentioned him earlier, and I've heard his name before.
Yeah, so I think was it Josh that said it? He's from Coburg.
Yeah.
So I'm not fully aware of his game.
Yeah.
Because he's from Coburg and he's second in the VFL Coleman. I don't know if they have a name for their Coleman, but he's actually equalled first. Actually, he's kicked 26 goals.
Yeah.
I'll just see how many games he's played. 7 games, 7 kicked 26 goals. So
yeah, all right.
All
right. Just guys in the chat. Josh, Mello, MD, Peter G, Steph. Still waiting for your tips, guys, and predictions. So get them up there. I'll get them down for posterity because you got to put it in the vault. And where is it? There we go.
What goes in the vault stays in the vault.
All right. I know they're cheesy, guys, but fuck, man.
I don't even know what you're talking about. That was fantastic. Like,
it's sensational.
It was actually like man. It was actually the right amount of cheese. It was super super serious, but then it was like that like pinch of like sarcasm.
Yeah,
like it was. I thought it was fantastic.
What about this one?
Darcy Moore's playing like a Malacca, right?
Malacca of the week.
Only a Malacca won't play Frampton over Dean. It's common sense.
It's got to be. I don't even want to mention his name. Yeah, we've all mentioned him. It's got to be that person. Yeah, we all know who it is. He's been all over Pendles and everything. So he wins it every week. That's why I don't do the Malacca of the week. It's always him. So from now on, I'll do the Malacca of the week when it's someone else and if I don't do it, it's him. And I'm not even going to mention his name because we all know who it is. Fuck him.
Yeah. Also, as well, just on the pods talk as well too. I've just looked up his height in the VFL. He's 192 centimeters, so he's actually not super tall. If we're going to be going after key forwards, I want to have a precedent that we look at guys around that 194, 195 range at least. Yeah. So that's just want to put that out there.
All right. Loving these predictions, not like last week where everyone was tipping the fucking Swans, and I'm one of the only ones that tipped us, and we nearly got the chocolates. What's he got? Pendles, 4 goal assists. Sorry, guys. Just writing down Josh's tips here.
There's a Corey Ellison. He's 25 years of age, 196. He's where is he? Fourth in the goal kicking. He's kicked 17 goals.
Yeah.
From how many games? Is it 7 still? Yeah, 7 games.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, there's going to be someone out there, and nobody will know who they are. So. So we just have to wait and see on draft night.
All right, now back to our game for tomorrow. Now, there's been a lot of conjecture about Darcy Moore. There's a group of amongst us we like to pile it on. We think it's deserved. Yeah. Now, the thing is, some of us want to see him tried in a different position. Even though, tongue in cheek, I gave my advice to Fly, but he's going to play in the back line. In all seriousness, he's playing in the back line tomorrow. And the reason is now Howie's probably going to get rested the next couple of games. Yeah, he's probably overdue for a rest because he's getting on a bit. So we're going to have to play more at the back, and he's going to have to adapt, and we might have to give him maybe a half to get his game back on board because he's obviously very rusty. He's coming off a concussion now, which makes it even more, anxious for us supporters. We really want to see him, at his best as he was, mate. Not having to pick up a man, taking intercept marks and running through the middle and creating opportunities. It's a massive occasion. I've got really bad thoughts in my head of more doing something crazy with Benny Hill music soundtracks in the background. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, man. And I'm not. I want to target the guy, but he's our captain, man. I want to see it, man. Just get back to your old form, man. And you're up against opposition that's not fucking elite opposition. It should be a perfect opportunity for you to prove us all wrong. Prove us all wrong tomorrow, Darcy. A lot of people are still backing you. That's okay. Everyone's got their views, yeah. A lot of us, bag Lipper and Moore and all that. But, a lot of people support him as well, and it's all good, yeah? As long as, we don't bag each other. That's the main thing, yeah? Yep. Have an opinion, as long as you don't bag each other, yeah? So if someone doesn't like Lipper or Moore, if someone likes him, you don't say, oh, yeah, you're a dickhead because you don't. No. Just respect everyone's opinion. That's all, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. Our defence has been fucking pretty good with the three main guys, yeah? Frampton, Howie, and Bruss. IQ's been doing all right. Who else is, it's usually Josh in there and Dan Houston. I always say it, man. Just play Josh on the wing, man. Seriously, man. I reckon that can spur us on. Yeah, that could spur us on for the second half of the season. Play him on the wing, man. All Australian winger. Yeah, man. That's all. Yeah. Does anyone like? I know H. You agree with that? Is there anything else you guys want to see tomorrow? Like positional changes or anything like that? I did all my preferred positional changes. Does anyone want to chime in and say what they want to see?
I'll just touch on what you said about Darcy Moore, Mick, as well, and said everything you said there. The thing with Darcy Moore, and like I said this the last few weeks, it's not like he's played 30 or 40 games and he's a Charlie Dean and he's going to make a few mistakes and you sort of have to live with it to see if he can make it or not. The guy's played 200 games, so he doesn't really deserve a stinker after stinker after stinker So that's really where the criticism comes for Darcy Moore. You can obviously cop the one poor game here and there, but when he's been putting up, consistently pretty poor performances, that's obviously when the criticism is going to come. And personally, I think it's very warranted. Just touching on your positional changes, I think we would all love to see him in the ruck. I think everyone would love to see him chop out in the ruck, but obviously, as we all said, it won't happen. We're just going to see Dan McStay in there and maybe Longy here and there. In terms of positional changes, look, I would love to see Josh on a wing. We've all sort of said it. We don't know why it's not happening. I know one of the weeks, even though he sort of started at half back, he played a high-ish percentage on the wing. I think it was something like 40% of the game he was actually on the wing.
Okay,
Yeah, but really since, I forget which game it was, but yeah, since then he's sort of just been plastered back in the back line and, really having, from what I see, relatively small impact to what he's sort of capable of. So I'm just not sure what's sort of going on with him. But yeah, positional changes, that's really the only one that I can see happening. We want to see Ed Long in the middle. Every single person in this chat, every single person on stage now, I'm sure wants to see him get at least, 10 CBAs tomorrow, just to show us what he's got. Pretty promising last week. And I've been another one of his big critics. And again, rightly so. I don't think anyone can really be against that. So at the same time, I want to see him play. I want to see him play in the guts, and I want to see him to prove me bloody wrong. Prove me wrong, mate. I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love nothing more than he comes out tomorrow, gets 25, kicks a goal, and just points to me in the crowd and gives me the bird. I would love it.
Yeah. Okay. Nate, who do you want to step up tomorrow, mate? Or is there a positional change that you would like to see for tomorrow?
Positional change? Oh, maybe not so much positional change, but with the West Coast lineup, it's Waterman, Job Shanahan, maybe Jack Williams up forward for them. So that's an opportunity for Darcy Moore to roam around and do his actual thing, like intercepting, reading the ball well sort of thing. Because if Darcy Moore can't have an effect on this game or he has a negative output like he did against Hawthorn, then, question marks. Well, they're already being asked now, but there'll be alarm bells going off on that one. I'm not a fan of McStay in the ruck, but he's got a role to do. We are limited with the ruck, so I'll cop it on the chin. McStay plays the ruck. Hopefully he doesn't get injured or he has some sort of output. Maybe not so much Nick Dacos one-on-one in the goal square. Maybe Jamie Elliott. Give him that space inside 50 to do his thing. Perfect opportunity for it as well. He needs some goals. He needs to get that confidence back up. This is the sort of time period of the year where he excels in. So hopefully this is the beginning of like a 3-game stretch for Jamie Elliott to find some form, kick 10 goals over 3 weeks, and then go into the bye with confidence and come back sort of thing. So maybe not so much a positional change like Darcy Moore up forward or in the ruck or anything like that, but just Darcy Moore roaming around in the back line. Give Jamie Elliott that space inside 50. Maybe give Bo a definitive role as well. I don't know if he's a midfielder or a forward. He just seems to be the backup mid, backup forward, or backup pressure forward sort of thing.
Yeah.
He's down on confidence. You just give him something definitive for 4 quarters, do his thing in that role, and then go from there. They're the sort of 3 players. Just do your thing in your positions and go from there.
Yeah. Do you guys think, there was a lot of conjecture that Ned Long was fighting for his position? They've dropped Gus Anderson. A lot of us were saying for Long to be dropped. Do you reckon Long is in the team? Do you think he'll do ruck work tomorrow?
Yeah, I reckon.
Stoppages, I reckon.
Yeah. And do you think that's a good thing?
It can be.
I was going to say it can be as well.
Because that's the thing, though, because I think Long's value is the fact that he does multiple positions. Albeit he's not, capitalising on those positions. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's this amazing player, but I think I said it last night as well too. Long's the sort of type of player where on paper, he could be super valuable. Like he could be if Perryman's our Mr. Fix-It in the back half, Long could be our Mr. Fix-It in the front half.
Yeah.
It's just that the things that he's doing, they're just not it's just not working out. But you look at the games that he's played where he's gone forward and he has like 2 points, 3 points, here and there. That's still 2 to 3 shots on goal. So, there's going to be a game, whether if it is a West Coast game. I was actually even thinking just about 5 minutes ago that maybe I should have made a prediction to have Long to kick 2 goals. Because if he has these 3 shots on goal, kicks 2 goals, 1, it's against West Coast. The West Coast aren't going to put on a ton of pressure for him to sort of, and it's not like that. 2 goals against West Coast is an achievement, but if he can do it, at least it's maybe a bit of confidence he can put it in his back pocket for the next week. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who your opposition is, you still have to do it. So, if that's some form he can build off, and even if he has to do it against a team that's like a bottom, that's basically looking at the bottom 2, then at the end of the day, we just want our footballers playing well, and if it means you gotta kick some kids, you're not it's not the best look, but probably shouldn't be saying kicking kids, given what's happened this week, but 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 at the end of the day, if you need to get some form in, that's basically how you do it.
Rick in the chat is asking why the fuck he's angry out is beyond me. The only reason I think, mate, he's been playing 60% game time each time. That's all I can think of. That maybe he just needs a rest or something like that. That's probably Jared Wade getting in the ear there. They're probably. I reckon he'll come back in against the Dogs. It'll be cherry ripe. The only one thing I can say about Gus, and I love everything about him. The way he puts his head over the ball, and he uses it very well too. Beautiful pass to Jamie in the last quarter last week. His defensive game, he seems to have good forward of the ball. He seems to, get in the space, take a mark, kick a goal. But maybe the defensive part they're concerned about. I'm just speculating there, but as to why he's probably not in the team. But I reckon he'll be straight back in against the Doggies.
Oh, he has to. For a player like that, it's just too important. And I mean, it sounds strange given he's only played 3-4 games, but especially when you got to make sure that the team's always fresh and everything. Because if you just have the same side over and over again, it can be good from a structural point of view, and then having everyone know, okay, you're going to be playing with me for the rest of the season. It's just good to know, if you can gel with your teammates, that's always good. But at the same time, it's if people aren't performing, we also need to let them know, if you're not performing, that's not a good thing. Yeah. We can find out ways to see why you're not performing, and maybe we can give you some some chances here and there, but we're not going to sit here and give you chances over the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks. That's this club needs to be a lot better at this, because we're just, I don't know, I just think we've been absolutely shocking at it ever since the grand final. And it just seems and I've been saying it that this club should have had a lot more success than the last couple of years. And the only reason why we haven't had more success than we've had is literally because of us. And that's the most frustrating part. It's not being outbeaten by the opposition. It's the fact that we've literally put ourselves into submission. Because, I don't know what the exact reason is, but it's so frustrating when you have, players that are playing extremely well in the AFL and not get, a chance.
Now, Gus Anderson. He's not named in the VFL, so he's the carryover. So Puller and who's the other emergency? Swadling obviously will be playing for the VFL tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Rick Cusolito, first time I've seen you in the chat, mate. I'll take that with a grain of salt. I'm not going to put it up yet. Whatever. It's a rumor, man. All right. Okay. Now, also another player that's been up and down, Dan Houston. 200 games. Some people blame him for last week. I don't. It wasn't just that moment. But there was a couple of times when, he could have tackled or he could have influenced the situation and he didn't. And it doesn't look good, especially on tally when you can see it so clearly. We need a big game from him, man. And we've been crying out, man, just to use him properly, man. Let him be the man. Let him be the man where you handball to. We've been giving Josh that role, but just give it to Dan, mate. Let Dan just let him run loose, handball it to him, and let him find a target inside 50, man. Yeah. Does anyone agree with that?
Absolutely.
I mean, I just don't understand why you have a guy that has such a strength and then you don't utilize that strength. Like, I think I've said it multiple times, like even in his first year, the amount of times he would get burnt, and it's just like, why, why are you trying to, I'm trying to think of like the word for it, but like, why are you trying to enter a car race with a Toyota Corolla when you've got a Ferrari?
Yeah.
Use the Ferrari. Surely that's a better option. I'm not a car person, but I'm assuming that's a correct statement. But why are we settling for a Toyota Corolla when you've got a Ferrari in the shed, and your whole intent is to win races of racing or whatever it is? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
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 Why bring the guy into the club? This is my synopsis on it. Why bring this guy into the club with elite kicking, and his best usage is when he's in a bit of time and space at half back or whatever? Why get him in? Why go to all the effort of getting him in? Losing Joe Richards, losing John Noble. Why get him in if you're not prepared to use his biggest asset, which is time and space kicking? It blows my mind how he's just not anywhere near. And I know a lot of people have tried to argue that he's sort of gotten back to what he was doing at Port Adelaide. Bullshit.
Nah.
He was a dual All-Australian at Port Adelaide.
Yeah.
What am I missing? He's nowhere near the nowhere near the All-Australian building. I just disappointing. But you know what? Congratulations to 200 games. Let's hope the next 50, 60, 70 odd for us are the Dan Houston that we all know. Because I'll tell you now, it's been none of it since he's come here.
Yeah, exactly. MD, I think is his real name Jimmy? I think. Yes, I will be outside the front of gate 3 at halftime, sucking on a dart. And feel free to come and say hello. And we'll have a talk, but no predictions. Yeah, that's the rule. No predictions, mate. That's a bad omen. Don't come up to me and say, I reckon we'll. Yeah, no. We'll just have a chat, talk about the game, and that's it. All right. Okay. Big game in front of 95,000+ people. perfect time for Edward Allen to show us what he's got. I'm looking at the people's tips and predictions. A lot of people are willing Allen to have an absolute fucking day out. Void's tipped him to have 34 and a goal. I think Voidoid Generation is Ed Allen's biggest fan. Could be an audition game for him, actually, against a club that might want to go for him. So if he has a big game, this could be, a really good game where we fatten up this cow and, he gets 35 plus and then has a great game. And then by the end of the year, he says, I want to go to Perth. And then, we say, yeah, you want to go to Perth? We want a first rounder because you'll have a very high pick, West Coast. Is that the situation?
Gold Coast, I think, was the team that had interest in him.
Okay, all right. Yeah. But if someone else wants him, can we demand picks, or is that a different? Is he like?
Or is that a contract?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I mean, so it happens through a trade, but the thing is that, because it depends on what the conversation is. So if Gold Coast are coming to us, because it could be many scenarios. It could be us being like, Allen's on the market, who wants him? It could be Gold Coast being like, hey, we're interested, but we're not desperate. Could also be West Coast saying, hey, we really need him and we're super desperate. Could mean he's contracted, out of contract. There's so many factors. So,
so is that true? What Josh is saying? We get
fuck all? Oh no, I mean you don't get fuck all. You just get it's basically a thing of like, so let's just say Gold Coast say we want Allen, and we go, well, Allen's a talent. We want a first round pick for him. But if Gold Coast goes, well, we don't think he's worth a first. We like him, but he's not a first rounder. We're going to pay you like a late second. What happens is that it takes about a week and a half through the trade period where they sort of go, all right, we need to get this shit done, and we've got other trades to do. Let's meet in the middle, and we'll give you like pick 28. So it's sort of like you sort of work your way in the middle. It's sort of like bargaining because we want to get the most out of him to get the best pick, but then Gold Coast are trying to, it's like, what's the word when if you go to like a market, you try to haggle.
Yeah.
It's like basically like the whole part of, like haggling and stuff. So, because at the end of the day, like Gold Coast doesn't owe us shit. Like, if they can get Ed Allen for a 5th round pick, even, I mean, they're not going to hesitate. Yeah. So it's on us to be like, nah, we got to stand our ground. But because he's out of contract, he could always go to the the rookie draft and then go to Gold Coast that way. But in saying that, that's a very like not unprofessional, but it's a very like clubs don't want to be that dirty when it comes to other clubs because they normally like to unite with each other. So that won't happen. So they'll definitely find a middle ground. But whether it's like a late first or a mid second, late second, they'll figure it out.
Yeah. Now Voidoid, his biggest fan. Now I can see that. Like, just enjoy it. Like, we've all been saying it. Yeah? Give Allen a go for a bunch of games. We gave him a go inside mid last week. It was a pass. Yeah, we'll give him a pass because that was an okay performance. Yeah, he got a few clearances. He's got a wonderful opportunity now to say I fucking belong here. Yeah. And who knows? We like to make a lot of predictions. A lot of people wrote him off. Andreas called him a potato. I wouldn't go that far. I try and hold back, but I've got other opinions on other players, obviously. But with Allen now, who knows what's going to happen for the rest of the year? We could be in a position where this kid's good now. Yeah, let's just give him another contract. Yeah, and that's. I want to change the subject from Allen, and I want to go back to the main man who's having a big day tomorrow, Pendles. A lot of people, staying with the notion that Pendles will play on next year. I think he has indicated that he wants to. I'm on the fence with that. Okay, I don't want to make the call right now. He's been fantastic in that massive game on Anzac Day. But what if he starts, getting injured near the end of the year and he starts breaking down? He's 38, man. It takes a lot for him to get up for games. We have to weigh up where we are, where we're at the end of the year before we make a decision on that. And can we afford to just play him every fucking third or fourth game or whatever the situation is, or just play him in the big games at the G against the big teams? Is that enough for a team that's transitioning, that wants to, we need to rejuvenate the team? I'm just putting it out there. Is that fair on the other players? Like, a lot of people are saying it's a no-brainer. Yeah, play him next year. But I reckon we just, keep the jury's still out. Let's just hold on a bit, man. Take it easy. See how he finishes off the year, and take it from there. Now with Sidey and Howie, look, as of now, the same thing. I can't see like Sidey ripping it up from now on. But what if he does, man? What if he fucking has a massive fucking second half of the year? It's possible, man.
No, I think Sidey. I think even Howe has shown. I think those two have shown their cards. I know, because I sort of look at it as like, you sort of got to look at like how they're playing. I still think that Pendlebury still has a little bit of juice in the tank. But then, I can always be wrong with this and stuff. So, I'm not going to say that, whatever I say is gospel and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think Sidey's definitely too cooked. He needs to retire. I think Howe to me he's sort of in the middle between Pendles and Sidey, where I think he looks good right now, but I think he's only looking good because he wants to finish well.
Yeah.
And there's been players where I think one of the examples I always think of when it's like guys that retired, but they had a really good finish of the year, like Barry Hall is like a perfect example. He had a really awesome last year. But that's literally because he went into that year going, no, this is my last year. Because I'm pretty sure he said it in like interviews and stuff. He went into that year knowing this is my last year, but I'm going to put every bit of juice into the season as I possibly can. I don't know if he came close or something, but like he had like was it the back half of the year where he was nearly averaging like 5-6 goals a game or something? Yeah. And it was like, great. I think he nearly. He obviously didn't win at Collingwood because otherwise they would have like come to memory. But if he wasn't up there, he wasn't far off. And I think it was the second half where, like more often than not, he would have like 5 or 6 goals a game.
Yeah.
But that was just purely off the back of he went in knowing, no, that's my last season, and he didn't want to have a career where he finished off like poorly or like he had 2 or 3 games where he sort of like broke down.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to finish like on a high. So
yeah.
I can kind of see that with Howie personally, but whether if he does or not, one thing I do know with Howie is that he is from bits of footage I've seen, he seems to be very competitive. So I don't know if that's competitive in the sense where he wants to have that, that notion when they see him play, people have a good opinion of him. I don't know if he is that type where it would affect him knowing that when he finished up the season, people are, he broke down. So I guess it depends on him because that can go either way. So that depends on the person.
With Howie, that game we lost to Geelong where fucking Dangerfield was fucking taking marks on the lead in front of him and stuff. Like when you look at the replay, you look at his face and you see how fucking angry he was.
Yeah.
The reason I brought that up is you said he's very competitive. And you just look at his face and you think he's fucking pissed off that he let Danger fucking get a mark on the lead, against him. He wasn't happy. And he's that type, mate. Has he when you say they've already shown their cards. So he indicated that it's his last year? I can't.
No, I'm just saying, like, in terms of society, I just think that I don't think any form, at least from my opinion, I don't think there's anything I can see to have me convinced society's going on next year.
Yeah,
and I think with Howe is playing well, but again, it's that thing of I think he's playing well just because he wants to, whatever last year he has, he wants to finish strong, whether that's a pride thing or whichever scenario that is. I get the feeling that he may not want to have a season where he completely falls apart. So, yes, he's playing well now, but I think that's because he knows it's his last season, so he's doing that Barry Hall sort of thing. But then, with Pendles and stuff, Pendles is still in our top 15 best players, but he's doing it in like a Pendles way. It's not like it feels like it's natural. Could be completely wrong, but you know, at the end of the day, I've got eyes. That's all I can go off. You know what I mean? But like
with Pendles, it doesn't seem whenever he's coming in and out of the team, it doesn't seem that he's disrupting anything. Yeah, no. Every time he comes in, it's like he can seamlessly fit into that 23. It's not like, where did we play him or something like that, because we know we're gonna, he's gonna have his time in the midfield. We can put him, Fly can put him in different spots. Yeah, you can put him up forward. You can put him, as a loose in the back, and he knows, he's gonna be an on-field orchestrator. And that's not the same with Sidey. Yeah, that's the thing. Like Sidey will get rested in the next couple of games. You know that for sure.
Yeah,
and that's when our boy Swadling probably gets a game. And fuck, I'm spewing Swadling didn't get a debut in this game.
Yeah.
Surely, I know. Look, you got Lipper there, but fuck, man, this Swadling kid, man, he's he hasn't had I don't think he's had a sub 25 possession game yet in the Resis. Maybe he had a couple of 24s, maybe, but still, man, he gets the ball, man. That's like a natural thing for him. He's used to having the ball in his hand, and that's just brilliant, And he's a nice sized lad. He would have been perfect for him to debut, man, but not to be.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and I don't know if I specifically said this, but this is literally the difference between Fly and someone like a Moldhouse. Moldhouse would have played Swaddling round one. He would have played West round one.
Yeah.
He would have played what's his name, the defender that's now escaped me, Joel Cochran. He would have played him, and it's not necessarily a thing of like, this is our, this is the best key back or blah blah whatever. But he was good enough for an opportunity, and everyone else was a bit underdone. So it's again taking a risk, but also taking a risk that has, because again, we've gone over it multiple times, but it's like the best way I can describe it with Fly is that when he takes a risk, he throws money on something that's like 300 to 1 or 3,000 to 1, and then it doesn't pay off, and he goes, well, at least I took a risk. So, no, taking a risk is like going at something that's maybe 30 to 1 or 20 to 1.
Yeah.
And then if it pays off, great.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not supposed to win lotto when you take a risk. You're supposed to maybe get your rent paid for the month.
Yeah.
That's like you're not supposed to be set up for life for the next 10 generations. Take a risk where you basically get your rent paid for the month. That's basically how I look at it. So then it's like, but we take risks and we're trying to take the game on and we're trying to give it a go. It's like, but are you though? Like you're just being an idiot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Okay, Rick Inc. You say you're claiming that you called it early on Swaddling. Did you put it in the vault though? I'll be checking that, mate.
Of course not.
A lot of people like to make, I said this, and that's the reason I've come up with the vault, mate. Because a lot of people like say, I said this.
Actually, no, I can, because I can't remember how long ago it was. Maybe about a month ago. Because I know that obviously I've been on the Swaddling bandwagon. I know he was sort of making comments towards me, being, I've said Swaddling was, it was going to come really good. I think was it a month ago, 6 weeks ago? It's definitely not the first time he said it. I know that for a fact because I know I've been the one that sort of. I mean, it's literally on this channel. Like I've literally said he's going to turn into a Buckley Dangerfield type.
Yeah, I know you said.
And I said that in pre-season because and I was even happy with his progress even during his draft. Like he was one of the kids where I'm like, this is going to be one of those like sleepy kids that are going to. Sort of like a five. Like I said, he was basically similar to a five sort of story, or a five. He's going to have that five progression where you give him a couple of seasons to sort of bulk up, and you're not going to even know him. In 3 to 4 years' time.
Hey, it's simple, guys. It's simple. If it ain't in the vault, nobody said it.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly, mate. And look, I trust you, Rick Inc. I trust you. I'll recheck the vault. Like if you're claiming that you said it, and while you're there, buddy, give us your tip and prediction, man.
Yeah, I will say this though, for Rick, it's not the first time you said it though.
Yeah,
it's definitely not the first time.
Yeah. Geordie, change the subject to Geordie. Fucking two very high possession games in a row. One while we were getting absolutely belted, one where we almost won. Good to see, isn't it? You have to say, looking back on the first, third of the year, Geordie's done all right. He's only probably had a couple of really quiet ones. When he hasn't been wrecking up the posies, he's been hitting the scoreboard. So that's a good sign, man. He's probably working his way into a nice little, personal season here. But having said that, he has got the turning trajectory of the fucking Titanic at the moment, I've noticed. But, he gets very involved in the first couple of, the first quarter especially. He starts off games really well. He's really busy. He's getting clear. He's taking marks. He's getting involved in chains. Man. So that's good to see from Geordie.
I say as well,
it's actually
go, mate.
Year actually.
Yeah.
Like his fast starts are the reason why we're starting quarters very well. And he's one of the safest options inside 50. When he has a look at goals, it's almost a safe bet it's going to go through for a goal.
Yeah. And a lot of people were calling him, for Fly to play him like deep forward because he's got all the forward craft. But he's still, he's starting off, in the midfield for the first half, and he seems to be like, the only thing I'll say is he probably seems to be petering off as the game wears on. Yeah. But, he's been playing with Pendles for fucking years now, so he'd be up for it tomorrow too. I love it. Every time, there's been a few Pendles highlights over the last 3 or 4 years, that goal against Richmond, the game against Essendon. And I love seeing Geordie's reaction. Because Geordie's always just fucking pissing himself laughing for some reason when he sees Pendles do those things. It's like he's like looking at him like, you fucking old cunt. What the fuck was that?
Ultimate fanboy.
Yeah. And they've been teammates now, for ages. So it's good to see, mate.
Yeah, because Geordie came in 2014.
Yeah. Fuck,
yeah,
man,
2013 draft. Yeah, so he's been with us for 12 years.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, mate. If I was doing the vault going back to those years, mate, I would have stunk it up hard, mate. I've made some terrible calls back. And one of them, I was saying to Richmond supporters after Dusty was doing all his fucking shit. And then Geordie came on the scene probably a couple of years after Dusty, and I was telling all these Richmond supporters, mate, don't worry about Dusty. Look at this kid, mate. And I'll tell you what, mate, he really won us the fucking grand final against West Coast, man. You know? Fuck at that last quarter, mate, BT. Geordie launches from 50, you know? That, you know, not to be, let's not fucking talk about that too much, but... but, Nate, you did a very funny video during the week. You went through historic records of big footy and people's. Oh, that was hilarious, man. People's reactions to Pendles over the years. Before he was drafted, people say Pendles is a dud while we're picking this guy up and stuff like that. Let's get Xavier Ellis. Let's get fucking.
No, it was bad. Like I responded to Benny on a comment today. The two that stood out for me, one, he wasn't serious, but there was a comment made jokingly saying Neil Barmy was saying Pendlebury was going to be the Michael Jordan of footy. And I mean, it's not entirely wrong now. And there was a Collingwood fan saying that Pendlebury at pick 5 was going to be worse than Danny Roach at pick 7, I think it was. So not even close. But the opposition fans, man, because, Pendlebury was Derek Hine, or hindsight now, put the house on Pendlebury at pick 5. He was never projected to go pick 5. He was meant to be like somewhere between like pick 15 to like pick 30 or 40. Even West Coast and Adelaide were looking at him interstate. And then we got him at pick 5, and Hawthorn fans were saying that they played us going for Pendlebury at pick 5 when Xavier Ellis could have fallen to pick 5, or Dale Thomas could have fallen to 5 instead of 2. And Xavier Ellis was okay, but compared to Pendlebury, Murphy as well, Dale Thomas, even Josh Kennedy, he was top 5. Even though Xavier Ellis was a premiership player for Hawthorn, it's a risk that paid off. And Hawthorn fans, I mean, I don't know why they're giving us crap 20 years ago when they landed perfectly on Buddy Franklin and Roughhead and Lewis, and they had their three-peats.
So what was it like? So we picked up Pendles at 5. Where did Daisy come at?
2. Yeah, pick 2.
Oh, okay. All right. Because Daisy was doing Gary Ablett senior shit in the juniors. Like fucking really.
So basically, so with Daisy was the outside, like flashy, would just be, he would be like the bums and seats sort of type of operator, and then Pendles was the, I know it's probably not the best take to say it, but he was like your Tom Mitchell, sort of like, blue collar worker, sort of like, you sort of don't see the impact until you really dissect his game. So whenever you're really that inside mid sort of type, or potentially inside mid, that you sort of seem to fall under the radar pretty quickly because everyone likes the flashy things. If it's flashing with gold, it's all shiny and new, and that's always the exciting things. But you get the blue collar worker to do some grunt work. It can work out just as well.
Those picks won us the 2010 flag, mate. Put it that way, man.
100%.
Pendle, that's a great story. We should talk about Pendles more. It's his day, man. I just want to go back to that 2010, man. So the story was in that draw.
Yeah.
For my personal experience, I went to the drawn grand final, then couldn't get tickets to the fucking replay, and we obviously won. But Pendles, he was crook for that for the draw, wasn't he? He lost about 6 kilos or something. He was had gastro or some shit. And then that famous speech by Malthouse, this is only half time. If we treat it like a loss, it will be a loss. And he said it in Malthouse, we had that function there where everyone was there, all the players, all the, big time supporters were there. He said it out. He goes, Swanee and Pendles had quiet games. They will not have quiet games next week. Yeah. That's a big call for a coach to just come out and say that. Fucking brilliant, man. And obviously they did it, mate. They came out and they fucking smashed them, mate. Were you going to say something, Nate?
Oh, the gastro or the flu. Yeah, he lost 6 kilos. He only had like 5 kicks in that grand final, so I knew something was wrong. Even watching the game in 2010, I'll thank my dad as well. He was like Mick Moldhouse to me after the draw. He's like, we'll get him next week, sort of thing. I was distraught, sort of thing. It was a draw, knowing what we know now, 16 years later, and obviously the week after. And Mick Moldhouse, that speech, him, Mick, Nick, Maxwell, all having that mindset. We'll get him next week, sort of thing. And Pendlebury's the sort of guy that he'll listen to that, he'll take it on board, and he'll be that get on my back, boys, sort of thing. We're getting the job done. He's done it many a times, being the captain or not being the captain. That's the thing I love about Pendlebury. Not the quiet achiever, but he leads by example. Like, he's not going to pull someone aside and tell them to lift their game or whatever, like he typically does. But he just leads by example. Follow my lead, boys. We'll get the job done. And as I say, and you live, sort of thing.
Yeah. That's it, mate. And he won the Norm Smith, as famously his name was pronounced by some Carlton-affiliated official bloke as Scott Emblebury.
Why do they actually do that though? Like, that's where I feel like the AFL love to troll us. Where it's like whenever we're trying to like be successful in anything, it's like, let's go get a Carlton supporter to give a Collingwood thing, like, a Collingwood person like a trophy or some award or whatever. It's like
no one actually knows who that bloke was, man. Usually, someone that announces the Norm Smith medal, it's usually like a famous champion of the game. Who the fuck was that cunt, man?
It wasn't it.
Who's from North?
Wasn't it? Yeah, Arnold Brutus, wasn't it?
Brightus, maybe. Arnold Brightus. Oh, was it him? Okay. Oh, well, he was a champion player. Like, I never saw him play, but I've always heard that name. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't actually know, but something in the back of my head says it was some North bloke. Yeah.
Arnold Brutus. Just looked him up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But still, it's like, wouldn't you get someone that's Collingwood affiliated? And then same like the other way, if St Kilda have someone, they can go get someone from St Kilda. Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it just sounds strange that you would have, Collingwood winning a grand final, and the one that's presenting them is someone affiliated with Carlton. Like, and then it's like Carlton at the end of the day too. It's like,
well, I think the thing about that though was it Peter Matera that presented the Norm Smith to Lenny Hayes, and I think Peter Matera was away. Like, there was quite a few officials and whatnot away the following week, so they landed on Arnold Brutus, sort of thing.
He was the next cab off the rank kind of thing.
He's probably the only one.
You have two then, like, because that's the thing. You should have two. You should have, like, unless if you have a guy that's really famous, that's famous from both clubs. Okay, you could do that because then it's like you only get one guy. Yeah. But if you can't do that, then you should be. Yeah, if it's say Collingwood St Kilda, you should get one Collingwood dude and St Kilda dude, and then whoever team wins, that's the guy that presents the medal.
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta quickly skip out for 30 seconds. Okay, I'll be back in a second. All right, thank you.
Yep.
I'll get one of you to take over.
Yep. Oh man.
No one's taken over. Mick, come back.
Just trying to think of a question, and now
I was going to say, who presented the Norm Smith last year? Was it Paul Chapman? Because Scott Pendlebury's turn's coming up.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, it's like every 8.
Yeah, because I guess they do it with the Brownlow, don't they? Yeah. Okay.
So I think it was Paul Chapman last. Luke Hodge definitely presented someone, or definitely presented Ashcroft the Norm Smith. I'm not sure if it was last year or the year prior. Chapman's coming up, and then Pendlebury will be not long after. No, if he's still playing or not. Bartel's not far away.
That'd be crazy if he's still playing and he's given off the Norm Smith or something.
Imagine if he wins it and gives it to himself.
And the winner of the 2026 Norm Smith medal is me, motherfuckers. The double champ knows what the fuck he wants.
And then he puts like a title on himself. It's like the little like spinning like John Cena title belt.
Sensational.
Oh, that'd be elite. And then you just got everyone on Twitter being like, oh my god, this guy's so insufferable. And we're just sitting there being, yes, Pendle, fucking keep going.
That's the thing about
Pendle's, though. He's got this in him.
Oh. Man,
what they can do, right? They can have Cornsey crawl across the oval with the medal in a little pouch on his back, and then Pendles takes it out, puts it on himself, double bird, and then walks off. That'd be brilliant. That just to shut him up.
Cornsey.
Yeah, I know, man. We said we weren't going to mention his name, but anyway.
Oh,
The Malacca of the week. You'll be the Malacca of the year. You know that.
Of the decade.
Oh, mate.
Oh, he'll probably find himself in the Hall of Fame of the Malaccas.
I've noticed with that guy is anytime he ruins our parade sort of thing, he gets proven wrong by Collingwood. So I still remember 2020 saying that we were just making up the numbers, not to be, because we actually knocked off West Coast. Giving the Jack Giddevan in 2022, he goes on to win the Anzac Day medal. So any sort of predictions he has on Collingwood in a negative way, he always gets proven wrong. So that's why I get a good feeling about tomorrow. He's given us grief for the last few weeks about it, so I'm hoping we can stick it to... I know it's not the main priority, but just stick it to him and then obviously celebrate in style. Give him the double bird sort of thing. We'll wait until the grand final for that. But I'll tell you what, if we lose, he's going to be the first man onto us.
Yeah. But to be honest, we probably deserve it if we lose tomorrow, let's be honest.
Yeah, not from him, but from everyone.
I'll be with him. I'll be with him. I'll probably go harder than Cornsey would if we lose tomorrow, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I'll be like Happy Gilmore. I was wrong. You were right. You're the best. I'm the worst. You're good looking. I'm unattractive.
Good one.
Surely we don't lose tomorrow, man. Surely. No. Look at us.
I'm not living in that headspace right now.
Yeah. Sorry to put a damper on things, man.
I'll ask a question. Does anyone remember the last time we played West Coast? It was 5 years ago without a crowd. Does anyone actually remember that game, or were we all switched off at that point?
The COVID era? The COVID era is like a blur to me, man.
Was that the Marvel game that we lost?
No. So a year prior, 2021, the lockdowns came in, so there were no crowds.
Yeah.
We beat West Coast by about 30-odd points or whatever, but besides, I have no memory of that game or any part of 2021 with Robert Harvey as our coach.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, that was actually probably our best game of the year. I reckon, from memory.
And it did knock them out of finals as well. That was probably the only thing I remember from it.
Yeah, no, because that was one of the best games of the year I remember. Because I remember everyone was like criticizing the game plan, because it was like too defensive, obviously. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like, can we lower our eyes and actually hit a forward target for once? And then it was a side bottom that just played out of his skin that game, and just decided to start hitting targets inside forward 50. And then I just remember as a supporter group, we all just went, "Oh, holy shit! We can actually hit the target inside forward 50. How in the fuck did we do that?" Just being surprised that it was possible to do it. And then I'm pretty sure we smashed him. Was it? I think we beat him by 10 goals or something.
And I give a shout out to Kev as well. He pointed us out. Shannon Hearn's 300th game as well. I think he's the first Eagles player to get 300 games for him.
Yeah.
So to ruin that party,
Mate, all I remember of that terrible, terrible couple of years was the fake crowd noise after a goal. It was like,
and they brought it back on Anzac Day when the feed went down. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
That was weird.
My partner was at home and she texted me that. She said it's gone into meltdown. They've used the crowd noise from the COVID time.
That was very weird. I was watching that game, in a Irish pub in Tokyo, and I'm thinking that's not the crowd noise, man. What the fuck's going on, man?
Bloody hell! Bad times. The only game I remember from that era was it. I reckon we beat St Kilda by like 30 points at the G. For some reason, it's the only game I remember of that 2 years for whatever reason.
And we beat Melbourne too. Bucks' last game. That was a good little spank on the bum for him, but it woke him up, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we have spoken about Houston, haven't we? We spoke about him for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's probably just joined in now. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only reason I'm going is for Dan Houston.
Oh,
I reckon go, Sean.
Oh, I was just about to say, I don't know about you guys, but I was going to turn up for Lipper for his laser passes.
Oh yeah.
Lipper, come back at me. I just wanted to show my support.
All right, I'm putting it in the vault. Lipper's going to have 20, 20 plus positives. He just will, man. You just know it.
No, actually, I'll say this. He'll have 25 and a goal.
You're saying that?
Yeah, because it's West Coast, and he'll have one of those games where it'd be one of the better games in his season, and you'll have the fans who come out and they'll be like, "Oh, but like Lipper's now back, guys. Like Lipper's okay. You don't have to, you don't have to tell him to eat shit anymore." And then then it'll just go back to Lipper, like the same old Lipper when we play whoever we play. Oh, actually, we've got Doggies the week after, don't we? So maybe he might start some form going. So, but yeah, I can just see him just playing ball on this one, and all the supporters will try. But see, he can play football. It's like, yeah, it's about fucking time.
Harley Reid's 50th. There you go. Who do you look? I said crisp on Harley Reid. How do we stop this fucking bull, man? He fucking had a great game last week. We've got to have someone minding him. We always seem to let one fucking opposition player get fucking 40 positives. It was fucking the Lizard last week. The week before it was fucking Bailey Smith. They got it on a string. It's like, come on, Fly, put someone on him, mate.
I kind of like Sidey on him, actually, to be honest. My only issue is that if he would keep up, because he's lost a bit of pace, but because the thing is that Sidey, when he wants to be, he can be a flat-out cunt if he actually wants to be. Yeah. So if he was to do that to Reid, I feel like Reid would be pretty quick to, would be pretty quick to not react well to it. Just a few. I don't know, what do you call it? Open palm, sort of like hits to the stomach or something, and just sort of like nag him and stuff like throughout the game. Like I could sort of see someone like Sidey doing that.
Oh, I have to disagree, Shawnee. Just fucking Harley Reid's a fucking unit, man. I don't know, I reckon he will just murder him. That's just me,
Oh, he probably would, but I'm just saying, just someone just to go in there, someone that's because I mean, even someone like Boyd is saying Bo on Reid, that could be a move, but it's like, to me, Sidey's not really. Well, I mean, I say this, and he might probably get 25 and a goal as well, but you sort of you don't want to put a guy on him that can have the potential to impact the game. Yeah. Where Sidey probably, at least in my opinion, he's not going to. So it's you sort of want your worst midfielder to sort of tag him, so that if he does the job well, great. But if not, well, you've only sacrificed your worst midfielder.
Yeah.
That's I just remind me, because I might be remembering this incorrectly, but in the past, hasn't Nick just gone head to head with him and beaten him without being a tag?
Probably.
Yeah, I reckon that's happened, but I reckon Harley's developed since then, and he's probably a much better player now.
Fair call.
Yeah, and from the highlights, I didn't watch the West Coast game last week, but I saw the highlights, and he just looked fucking sensational, as did their ruckman, man.
GWS didn't swing a punch, mate. That was shocking.
No, I would agree with that. They were terrible. I would say GWS were far worse than West Coast were good. That's why going into this, I think it's a bit of false. West Coast will go into this with a bit of false belief.
Yeah.
And that's sort of why I'm sort of thinking I think this is a good thing that West Coast have won.
Yeah.
And especially as well if they want to. I mean, we probably can't say the word tanking and stuff, but if they really want to get a decent pick and stuff, and drop a couple of games, it does. I'm sure it does play on their mind.
I just think as well, like, yeah, we're worried about Harley Reid, but if we can take out his teammates Yo and Tim Kelly, not in a physical way, but if we can have them have minimal games in the midfield, Harley Reid can't do it on his own. And Willem Dersma, he's a good youngster. I've predicted him to win the Rising Star, and he's on track for that so far. But if we can nullify Yo and Tim Kelly in the midfield, Liam Baker will go in there from time to time. That will go a very long way, regardless of how good Harley Reid can perform. We've won games where someone like LDU at North Melbourne can have nearly 40 disposals in a career best game sort of thing. So we may see a career best game from Harley Reid going better than he did last week, but if we can control other variables, if we can just win in the midfield, the centre clearances, that's enough. It sounds bare minimum, but we can go a long way just by winning the overall battle in the midfield, centre clearances, and making sure Yo and Tim Kelly don't have that influence. We've got our experience. We need to have that influence. We can't afford Yo and Tim Kelly to get on top of Pendlebury and Sidebottom and obviously Nick Dacos and yada yada.
Yeah. I'm looking at their forward line. Waterman's not like a beanpole fucking massive bloke, but he's a great elite. He leads at the ball, in an elite way. Frampton, no, or Howie.
So with Waterman's not that tall, is he? He's only 192.
No, he's not.
Yeah. So Shanahan, he's the one that's got a bit of height. So I'd probably. But then again, Shanahan's probably a bit of a centre half forward. So I mean, I'm reluctant to throw anyone that's named Darcy Moore on a player, or really any player, really. But Darcy Moore's probably the centre half back if we want to go from a structural point of view.
Yeah.
But then there's just a part of me that just wants Frampton on him, just because Waterman's just too small.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even throw Maynard on someone like a Jacob.
Yeah.
Because it's not really much. It's really not much difference in height. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. And Shanahan, is he someone to worry about?
Yeah, no, he can be for sure, because he's 196 and he's got a bit of talent. Yeah. But he's also a kid, so it's like, he's sort of like a key forward in waiting into a premium key forward in sort of waiting. So he's probably not. Obviously, he's probably not a premium key forward now. But he will be in time, and it's like you sort of don't want him to get too many good games early, just because the quicker it gets, the quicker he can get all these good games together, the quicker he'll come good. And
what about
this? Just make West Coast a stronger team, so you kind of don't want that.
And I got to mention this bloke, Malacca champion. What's his name? Malacca. He has to get a mention. He's gonna. I'm putting it in the vault. He's gonna have a day out tomorrow.
You jinxed it. Well done.
There you go, Mick. You can have a Malacca of the week.
Malachi of
the
week. Oh, mate. It's the surname just tops it off perfectly, doesn't it? Oh, mate. Hey, Benny, I don't get this joke.
Oh, I get it.
What?
Because
of
their indigenous names.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Cheeky.
Okay. Let's not go there. Does Ryan Marriage still fucking get shitloads of the ball from the back line for him?
He's kind of gone backwards since last year. He's been in and out of the side recently.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at their back line. It looks like a no-name back line, but obviously they'll fucking turn it up tomorrow.
I will
Liam
say,
Bates. Go,
I'm a fan of on the bench Josh Lindsay in his first year across half back. He's an accumulator, so big opportunity for him to have not a breakout game, but just hold his own in a game like this in the crowd. Brady Hoff might play a run with role on Nick Dacos. He might be the guy to do that. Tyler Young, he can have like flashes of brilliance in the back line, but besides that, not a lot. So this is a big chance for Charlie West to really announce himself.
Yeah. Let's fucking all collectively pray that Westy just fucking makes the MCG his fucking fortress, mate. For the like Jack Rewalt did for Richmond. It's perfect, mate. Nice big open spaces for him. Oh man.
Yeah. You know what'll be the greatest thing? If West kicks 3 goals, Membry might retire on Monday. I'd love that because there is no chance Membry will get back in the team if West puts on a half decent performance. So that's all I want. I just want West to give us enough that Fly says, yeah, this kid's got to keep playing. And as much as he loves Membry and all these other old blokes that we all know are pretty much close to the end, if West just gives us enough, he will have no choice but to continue to play him in Membry's sort of position, really, because they're the most like for like, really. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Now, Fly, I've got to commend Fly for picking Westy. Yeah? A lot of us were very kind of like nervous that he was going to get dropped, but I'm going to put this out there. A little note I made from last week. Yeah, a lot of people saying Westy had a quiet game last week, and he did. He did have a quiet game. He wasn't dominant or anything like that. He had that brilliant mark and sensational shot at goal right at the start there, and all of us were thinking, "Fuck, how good is this?" But then he didn't get much of it after that. He turned the ball over once when he tried to do a short pass. But I'll say one thing, yeah. All right, let's compare Westy to Curnow in that game, yeah. Curnow had fucking 71 looks at it, yeah, and he got the same posies as Westy, yeah, same output, yeah, 1 goal, whatever, yeah, and he fucking even dropped them. He dropped the mark, and they gave him a mark and stuff like that. Whereas we didn't get 71 looks, and Westy equaled him, yeah. So you just, if you do a comparison like that, it's like, all right, fuck, everyone's talking about Curnow like he's something special. We all know he's not. But Westy equaled him on that night, yeah, and he didn't get 71 looks. So there you go, man. And tomorrow, it's all there. It's all there for him, man. It is all there for you. There's no buller. It's just you, mate, and you're going to be surrounded. You're going to have Shooter. You're going to have Jamie. You're going to have Geordie running around next to you. The midfield will be looking for you. So show us what you got, mate, because this guy could become a serious fucking superstar for us. And is he still 19? You're kidding me if he is. Surely he's if he's still 19, it's ridiculous.
I think he's still 19. I think he's turning 20 in a couple of months.
Wow. I think he's 20. I think he's 20 now, but still young as.
Yeah, that's it.
All his birthdays in the back half, like August or something. I'll check that.
Yeah. And I'll ask you guys. I disagree with the Buller omission. I know he stunk it up last week. We asked a lot from him. The week, the Hawthorn game, he was really good. Yeah, he was. And even the Geelong game, he was okay. I would have liked. I know McStay's. I don't know what Fly's thinking. Maybe is because Long's going to be doing ruck work. McStay will probably spend a lot more time up forward. Who knows, man? But I would have liked to see Buller and West show what they got, man. But it's not to be, obviously. Oh, you never know. Buller's an emergency. You never know, man. Never know. Who else are we looking at? Purple Haze. Purple Haze, man. Another one we were scared that it was going to get dropped, but obviously not. Fuck.
Also, as well, just to go back to
Go.
Charlie
Yep.
West,
Yep.
I know I've been saying it for a little bit that he plays a lot like Tex Walker, and I'm now looking on the Charlie West bio at Collingwood. There's some fun facts on it, and it actually asked Charlie who his favourite player was growing up, and have a guess who it was. Good old Tex Walker. So there you go.
There you go. He's an Adelaide boy. He was probably an Adelaide supporter.
Yeah. You can see the Tex Walker comparisons from a mile away, so that's not surprising at all.
Yeah, and that's why we're going to play him for the rest of the season, barring injury, because just leave him in there, let him learn, let him play shit games. Just keep him in there, man. Because if we drop him, Adelaide's going to be sniffing around, mate, and they need a replacement for the aforementioned Walker. And he'd be the perfect replacement, mate.
Yeah, and his birthday's in February as well. So yeah, he's 20. So there you go.
So he's 21 in February. So he's very young, man. Who we got? Shooter. Shooter's another one, man. Mate, such a discrepancy with tackling and fucking the hard stuff. 10 out of 10, yeah. Who the fuck is going to be running down people like he does, man? But then again, he gets a fucking decision making and classiness. It's just not there, mate. But you'd still give him a pass. Yeah, you just gotta. I think we just have to accept that he's going to be erratic in front of goal. We just have to accept that because he's going to give it when it comes to the fucking tackling part of it.
Yeah.
He's going to bring it, mate.
So then when it comes to Schultz, though, because you obviously can't call him an athlete, but would you call him a footballer? Because I think we had this conversation a few weeks ago about being an athlete and being a footballer. Sometimes you just have players that are one but not the other.
Yeah.
Would we put someone like Schultz under just the footballer category?
Yeah, he's definitely not an athlete, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's a better way to describe it. Because obviously footballer would imply that the skills, as you were saying, that he lacked. But he does have that football brain, and I'm sure he'd be a football nucky behind the scenes.
That's the thing, when we picked up Shooter, it was when you pick up a new player and they put the fucking on social media, there's a picture of him and to be honest with you, I never even fucking noticed him, man. At Freo, I don't watch their games, but all I heard was hard nut, fucking goal sneak, yeah. And then we finally got to see what we got. His first season, everyone was all over him. Some people claim, I stuck by him. I know Warble's going to come out and say, I stuck by him. And it just makes before the Freo game, I went on Freo forums to do a bit of research, and they were mocking us, saying that if they're not playing Shooter properly, Shooter should not fucking get outside the 30 from 30. He should always be within 40 meters of goal. He shouldn't be outside anywhere near that. And he'll tackle someone. He'll get the hole in the ball and he'll kick the goal. And we seem to have him, running all the way, providing an option, and he seems to be running too much for us, in our game system. Whereas for them, he wasn't a runner. He was just a stay-at-home small forward that would do the hard stuff and sneak a goal here and there. we're probably, trying to develop him into a different kind of player. That's what I was saying anyway. But yeah, just hope for a big game from him tomorrow as well, man. Who else haven't we touched on? Nicky Boy. If this wasn't the occasion that it was, you'd be saying give him a rest, yeah?
Oh,
Seems
mate.
a bit bang, yeah.
Oh, that second half last week, I don't know if
Mm.
anyone else noticed it, but gee whiz, he looked sore.
Yeah.
He was hardly running. Like, he was putting in his running effort, and then he pretty much came to a walk afterwards. He's carrying something. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it seemed to have flared up last week a lot. So I don't know. I really think he's hanging out for that bye. But we're just in a position where we can't go into a game without him. So even when he's 70% fit, we're pretty much forced to bloody play him. So
Yeah.
that's why games like tomorrow are super important, just to get a win and win well, because at least then you might be able to manage him in the fourth quarter or something like that. Because poor bloke. I'll get the opinion of everyone else here, but from what I saw on TV, he looked really sore to win that game.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, like, he spent a bit of time up forward, obviously just to rest him a bit, yeah. And he looked good, but that could be, that could happen tomorrow as well, man. If he's still banged up, don't be surprised, mate.
Yeah, but also as well that should also come to like our depth as well. It's like at the end of the day, we shouldn't be reliant on one player. Like I've been sort of hinting at it like for like a few weeks now, and like that. And I'm not saying we're exactly going down that path, but we are hinting at like little like things here and there where we're slowly like there are certain situations where we're slowly developing like Carlton like habits.
Yeah.
And like that's just like it's like that's probably one of the things that's been really starting to annoy me this season. I don't think we will ever turn into a Carlton personally, but it's just I don't know, just anything that associates with us with Carlton, you just sort of like, yeah, can we just like not do that and let's sort of like get that shit out of our game real quick. But but like the fact that like we're just so reliant on Nick and stuff, that shouldn't necessarily be the case. And then just to have we've had people like Dane Swan play, and like even he's gone forward. Like, I just don't understand why we're just not having someone like a Nick Dathos going forward more often. Not because he's like just a great. I mean, he can potentially be a good forward, but like, why can't we do it just as a hey, you're a bit banged up, or you're getting tagged out of the game a little bit. How about we just throw you down forward for 5 minutes and let's just see what happens. And then do it because we're not too scared, because you've got, and then when you have like Anderson and you've got, Ed Allen, doing what they're doing in the middle, we now potentially have those players where we can afford to have a Nick in if we play him in the forward or deep forward or whatever. I just want to be a team where we have depth so much to the point where if you take one player out of the side, you're just not completely fucked.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where. But again, it's coming down to Fly, and I feel like Fly's even, I don't want to say he's like an advocate for it, but like it just seems like he's enabling that type of standard where it's like, oh well, Nick's a midfielder, so he's just going to be a midfielder for the next 15 years. Like, yeah, but like. If
give
that's
some help, mate. Yeah,
but can we at least like put in some parameters to make his job easier at times?
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. Yeah. I feel like we're probably one inside mid too short. And the fact that we've got maybe Long being that inside mid sort of thing. Yeah, we could have Crispy doing it and like a few others, but I really think that this whole, having Anderson out of the side, I feel like it's going to be a whole Hayes situation against the the Geelong game. It's gonna just it's gonna stick out like just so bad, and it's going to be so obvious. Where it's probably not going to win like the clearance battles and all that stuff. When someone like Anderson, he's literally made for that, and you know the fact that we literally took someone out, and then we then go into if we go into the West Coast game and we end up losing the clearances. It's just frustrating because it's like, well, we wouldn't have won the clearances if we had someone like Anderson in there because that's his thing. So it's like, why are we? I'm sure there's like a term for it, but it's like, you know, why are we trying to cut off our nose? You know, despite our face, I think is the term for it. But like, it just we're just trying to make it harder for ourselves. We should be doing the opposite. We should be making it easier for ourselves. You know, Nick's an absolute champion, but that doesn't mean we've got to make his job, you know, at a difficulty where it's like 12 out of 10. You know what I mean? You know, let's actually get to the point where, you know, the difficult, instead of making 12 out of 10, let's make it a 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. You know, because when it gets to finals, okay, let's ramp it up to 10 because he's been cruising this whole time. And if we're in finals, okay, well, we obviously had Nick at 7 out of 10. We still made finals. So now we can ramp him up to 12 out of 10. That we see, you know, this amazing day cost that everyone can then, you know, witness how good he can actually be, and then when it actually matters.
I'm very surprised. Like when it was obvious that Tom Mitchell wasn't, you know, was waning. You know, we won the flag with Mitchell. He was like he was our Luke Ball of that year. Inside mid, getting the ball out, helping Nick out. It was obviously the year after that, 2024, that, you know, Mitchell wasn't going to be the same player. And we went for fucking, you know, Houston and Shooter. We should have prioritised, instead of going for those two, as good as, you know, Shooter's been in a way, we should have tried to get another mid-man somehow. You know, we should have seen the writing on the wall. You know, Nick's going to be by himself. Geordie's fucking injury prone. Pendle's getting older. We need an above average mid to be next to Nick every fucking week, man. And we haven't done that. We've gone for other types of players, which arguably we really need. Did we really need Houston? I wasn't a big fan of Noble, but Noble was doing pretty much what Houston's doing with, I reckon, a lot more meters gained. All right, he couldn't stick a tackle, but can Houston? You know, and that's going to be, I really hope that is the target for next season. And if it means picking up Lockie Neal for just a gap, like, you know, a stopgap, Lockie Neal next year, and then Matty Rowell the year after, and then we're all good to go. But it's got to be a priority, man. And Darcy Wilson at St Kilda, in the small little, I don't watch their games, but the small little, you know, sample size that I've seen, he's been fucking pretty good. Does he play in the midfield as well as on the wing? Like, I've only noticed him on the wing. Do you guys watch it? St Kilda? No?
Oh, who's this with Darcy Wilson?
Yes.
Yeah, he's basically a winger. Sometimes he's like an outside mid as well. Yeah, just pace. Like he's he's basically a I mean, he's probably got more potential than like Patrick Lipinski, but he's sort of that sort of mold. But can also he has, you know, the potential to go into the midfield. But if we get him, that's probably the person I'm thinking that if you're getting him, that's who you're intending to play VFL, which I think is a good thing.
Hey, Sean.
Yep.
I was all for him until you said he's kind of like a Lipinski. Now I don't want I don't want him.
Well, he's all pace. Well, he's also got some like goal sense as well, like Sidebottom. But then again, I guess you probably don't like Sidebottom now.
But look, if we pick up him, and we pick up Lockie Neal next year, And we've got the progression. Hopefully, Swadling's for the second half of the year. Swadling's in the team. Yeah, it will put us in good stead for next year to have a nice, good midfield group. I would probably prefer like a burrowing type inside mid as well. But because those types, they're the ones that win your flags, yeah. That fucking in and under cunt that puts his head over it and gets it out. Every flag winner has one of those, man. And we had it with Mitchell. We got to either develop or get someone like that, man. Yeah.
Well, we kind of have that with Angus Anderson and a lesser extent Ned Long.
Yeah. But they're, like I'm talking like an elite one. I know it's hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And look, with Anderson, man, another preseason, I really think he can become another Newcomb, man. You see it, man. He's got the attributes, He just doesn't have the tank. That's why they've dropped him for this one. They reckon that he can't play 80%.
One little nitpick from Anderson, and it's probably just me. He'll do the hard yards. He'll get the footy. He'll break tackles and whatnot. And he does that weird hack kick forward.
Yeah.
Just needs to lower the eyes and be more direct with his kicking. That's the only little nitpick I have for Anderson right now.
Yeah, because he's got the ability to do that. Yeah,
absolutely.
I've seen him thread passes, and So, but every now and then he does hack it. Yeah, you're right. Hey guys, backstage, he's been waiting patiently, and I'm gonna get him on, and I reckon he's gonna be fucking raring to go. He's the man about town in the YouTube sphere. He hosted a show all by himself the other day, and I'll get him on, and he's gonna bring the house down. Chris Talbot, how are you, buddy?
How you fucking going, man? Fucking lift! Everyone fucking lift!
How you going, all right?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good, man. What's your tip and prediction for tomorrow, mate?
I'm going Collingwood by 55.
Okay. And should I put Lipper down for 30 plus?
You really had to bring in Lipper. You really had to bring in Lipper. You know he's my number one hatred person in Collingwood.
I gave you a question on. Go, Benny.
I was just adding the allegedly in there for the legal side of things.
Yeah, yes, allegedly. Yeah. We've got to be careful these days. There's a lot of. But Chrissy, mate, I gave you a question on Tuesday when you were hosting the Warble, and people were asking questions of you. I asked you a question. If you had you're interviewing for a new flatmate, and you had to choose between Lipper, Darcy Moore, and Fly. Now, if you choose Darcy Moore, you're going to get nice vegan meals cooked for you every day. You're going to be a nice and healthy boy. If you choose Lipper, mate, you'll be going out clubbing and the chicks will be all over you, mate. And if you choose Fly, he'll probably turn you into like some kind of weirdo David Brent type. Anyway, but you chose Fly. To be honest, look, I'm being what can I say? Selfish here. I would have gone for Lipper, mate, because you go to the club and the chicks will be all over me. I'll be getting secondhand slops after Lipper. So you went with Fly. But anyway, I'm just rambling on. Sorry, Chris.
Why would I want Lipinski's slobbers? Why would I want that? Why would I want his slobbers? It'd be disgusting. I'd get germs.
So what's going to happen tomorrow, mate? Give me your prediction.
I'll make a big prediction. Geordie, Nick, and Pendlebury will get 30 disposals each. They'll kick 2 goals. Charlie West is going to kick 4 goals. And Darcy Moore and Lipinski are going to piss off me and Manny.
Yeah, all right.
They're going to piss us off.
Okay. sorry, man, you went too fast there. I got Geordie, Nick, and Pendles to get 30 plus. What was the other one?
Yeah.
And they were going to get all 2 goals. Did you say?
Yeah, it was Nick,
Yeah.
Geordie, Pendlebury. We're going to get 30 and kick 2
Yeah.
goals. Charlie West is going to kick 4 goals. And Darcy Moore and Lipinski are going to piss me and Manny off. We're going to come on your stream, Anthony's stream, and we're going to lose it at Lipinski and Darcy Moore.
Okay. All right, mate. I got that down. Yeah. It's in the vault. Sorry to keep you in the background for a while there, Chris.
No, it's cool. I was willing to wait. I don't really care.
You're a legend. That's why, mate. Thank you for your patience, man. A couple of other people weren't so patient.
Nick, cool. with that, I'm going to head off. I've got work in the morning before the big game. I shall meet you for a dart prior and maybe at halftime, mate. If you are,
no worries, Adrian.
You're keen. So good night, everyone. And
no worries, pal. See you, Adrian. Thanks, bro.
See you, H.
See you, H.
Bye, everybody.
No worries. All right. There's a lot of crazy shit been happening on other channels that we shall not talk about. I reckon we'll stick to the footy. All right. We've gone through everything, man. I'm trying to think. I would ask the chat if you want to steer the subject matter for the rest of the stream. I'm not going to be doing a full blown marathon tonight. I've got to be up early tomorrow, and then at 10:30 I'll be doing the watch along. I'll be joined. It's probably an over 70% chance that Ultimate Greatness joins me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I reckon it's probably pretty fair.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. And then after the game, I'll get the train home, and hopefully make it in time to be to do a post game show after Anthony's finished. The last couple of times, man, I've just made it. So I need Anthony to go on just a little bit longer to give you some time. I've usually just get off the train. The train's only like a 5 to 10 minute walk from my house, and I've been fucking power walking back to, I do this from my garage, and by the time I start my stream, I'm fucking absolutely gasping for air, mate. So, shout out to Anthony, mate. Just go for a little bit longer, man, please. But I should be all right. What is it with the trains? They're all for free or something? Noticed
I heard the
last
trains
week.
weren't running tomorrow, mate. I heard there was quite a few that weren't running.
They're not going through the loop, I think. That's the only thing. But I'm on the Mernda line from Mernda to Jollymont. It's all good. But for some reason, they're not going through the city loop. So if anyone needs to do that, it'll be hard. Backstage, I've got a regular panelist. I'll get him on. Mr. Anthony B. How are you, pal?
Good, Mick. Good. Huge game tomorrow. Yeah. Excited.
Yeah. Are you going, bro?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah. So I really couldn't miss it. I booked it as soon as I knew that he was being rested. So
Anthony B. Anthony B, I want you to make an appearance outside Gate 3 at one of the changes, and I'll be there, mate. You should be able to.
All right. Hang on. Yep.
Even if you have to walk around the whole G, mate. You'll notice me straight away. I'm a big guy, and I'll probably have a dart in my mouth. Might have a beanie on, depending on how cold it is.
I'm sitting.
Where are you?
I think hang on, sign in. Collingwood. I'm in Q35, so so I'm at gate 1. So so I'm pretty close. I'll walk down. Yeah.
Easy, mate. Beautiful. All right, Anthony B, your tips and predictions for tomorrow's game.
All right, I'll give you a few. So strap in today. All right, margin. Collingwood by 75 points.
Oh, I went 77. Voidoid's gone 99. So there you go. All right.
99, far out. All right. Yeah. Pendlebury will kick 3 goals. And since we'll spoon feed him the ball the whole game, 45 disposals tomorrow.
Fuck. Right.
West 3 goals. Allen 25 and 25 disposals.
Yep.
5 clearances in that as well.
Yep.
Houston responds, gets 25 disposals, and Bo McCreary 15 disposals, 3 clearances. He'll also respond after a poor game last week.
Right.
There you go.
We haven't touched on Bo. Oh, we have a bit, but fuck yeah, he owes us one. He owes us a big game, man. Why does he always fucking destroy Carlton? He doesn't destroy other teams, man. You talk to Carlton supporters, they're all saying, fuck, McCreary always kills us, man. And they were saying it to me before the Carlton game too, and I'm thinking, fuck, he's out of fuck. You know, he's been up and down, man. But they're fucking petrified of him.
Yeah, he normally kills Geelong as well, but that was one of his worst games.
Yeah. I'm sensing a bit of hubris from us, yeah? A lot of us supporters, we're thinking we're going into this game like it's a given, yeah? Like me included, yeah? I'm tipping us by 77, but I always tip above what I really think. But I really hope that doesn't permeate to the team, man. This overconfidence, you know? Because they got West Coast. You know, they're a lowly team, but you just don't want to. You know, they're talented, yeah. But they're very young and raw. But there's talent there, yeah. So they can jump us, man. And I'm fucking scared of that, mate. Does anyone agree with that? Do you reckon it's a bit, you know, everyone's a bit, you know, oh, yeah, we're going to share the ball around with Pendles. It's going to be one big party. It's starting to fucking, you know, scare me a bit.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's like, on one hand, it's like, because I just want to be positive for Pendles, pretty much. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a given that we'll win. But it's just at the end of the day, it's chances are high, but it's certainly not guaranteed. But yeah, it's like it is treating it like a party, but that's just because I just want to enjoy my football. Like I want to go to the MCG and just enjoy the day. And then just sort of show support and be there for a champion of the game, or an absolute legend of the club. And just wanted to just show the support and be just want to embrace the positivity.
Yeah.
Especially with the media, I think that's probably like a big part. I think I said at the start of the stream that I'm just sort of tired of the media sort of like trying to turn it into something that it's not, and then it's like for something that's supposed to be so cheerful, positive, and you know, it's celebratory. It's just been this sort of toxic, like, oh God, I hope we win now, and you know, there's just, you know, it's like it's taken kind of the fun out of it, and like it's sort of, it's not even like to a point where it's like, if I didn't have the mindset I have tomorrow, it wouldn't even feel good to like get a win. It would feel like more relief, and that to me I think is a bad thing. So that's where I'm just sort of trying to just ignore the media, ignore all the external noise, and just sort of get it back down to the basics. Trying to get it back down to the basics and go, no, this is Pendle's day. Like, this is the day of Pendle's, and let's just enjoy for what it is. And, let's just go back to the basics and just enjoy football, because that's why we're all here. And let's enjoy and go to the game. as a whole, let alone the football club, because
Yeah.
People don't think Pendlebury is. I mean, Pendlebury's going to be in the Hall of Fame, like AFL wide. Like that has to be a thing at some point. Like, and if anyone's doubting that, then that's only just showing how little they know of like football and stuff. Because he's got the games record, but it's like from a professional point of view, and then just from a performance point of view for that many games. You can't not have him in the Hall of Fame. I mean, maybe legend like a different conversation. I still think he gets there, but
he's definitely in the Hall of Fame. Definitely. But they usually do that like about 3 or 4 years after they've retired.
I know, but I'm just saying in terms of like his overall, like in terms of what he's given us in terms of his playing career and stuff. This is like there's only going to be a handful of people that are going to do either equivalent or even better than Pendles. Like there might be someone better than Pendles, like, I mean, because I guess everyone is probably maybe potentially thinking Nick Dacos might be that. It's not a guarantee, but if there is one to do it, Nick Dacos is looking like the most likely. But and I'm sure that there is going to be someone better than Pendles, in the next probably. However many years it is, because we're only playing more games. People are only getting fitter. We're only starting to understand more through sports science, like how our body gets through a game. The amount of information we know about like protein and things like that. Because I feel like that's becoming more well-known information these days. It's
This whole fucking toxic reaction to Pendles, it's a sign of the times, man. It's what we're living in at the moment, man. With the politics and fucking, and we see even on our level with all the YouTube channels, it's hard you got to really be careful what you say and stuff, But it just seems like the mainstream media get to fucking say whatever the fuck they want and go to places wherever the fuck they want, kind of thing,
Yeah.
And I reckon it's been absolutely atrocious, some of the pylons,
100%.
Mate, just fucking congratulate the bloke, man. All right, gold number, big fuck. It's a number, man. And if you ask me, if you ask me my personal opinion, I would prefer he doesn't wear the gold number. But at the same time, it's not that much of an issue where, I'm going to get nasty about it, The way some people have been reacting, man.
I tell you what, though, and I will say this might be a bit of a hot take, but I would much rather someone like a Kane Corns go super hard at us than some of the media that have sort of like dipped in between both parties. Like there's been, and for those that have like watched the clips, you'll know who I'm talking about. But there's been some media people, even like Ralph. I'm not a big fan of Ralph by any stretch of the imagination, but like even Ralph, like he goes down the Collingwood hater sort of route. At least you know where he's coming from. Like you don't question. So it's like at the end of the day, if you buy what he's selling, that's on you. Where I feel like there's a lot of guys in the media where they'll tend to play both sides. Where it's like, I know there was one person that was on a panel, and he was like, "Oh, but we should be celebrating Pendles, the champion, and blah blah." But then, literally in the same segment, they were on a like the new segment that they were on. They were talking about how, how is Pendles like getting paid, fully getting compensated for this, and he's only supposed to get 65%. There you go. Someone in the comments has already mentioned one, and it's just so frustrating. Like, and it's just that to me annoys me more because it's like you're trying to have your cake and eat it too. So it's like you're trying to play both camps where it's like you're trying to appease the people that don't like Pendles and that want to believe this narrative that Pendles is this evil villain that's trying to siphon money out of the club and he's trying to siphon all this money for himself. But then you've also got, but then you're also trying to play the nice card where you're trying to get, into the good graces of Collingwood supporters as well. It's like, no, just pick a lane, because like I just don't like when people pivot. Like,
what the fuck did Rewalt say?
Yeah, so that's who I was like referring to.
Because I don't watch all that shit. I got no idea what he said. Oh, I know he said something. I saw his face on some fucking clip I got on Instagram, and I'm like, I'm not clicking on this. I can't be fucked.
I will say with Nick Rewald, he was defending Collingwood regarding celebrating it because Kane Corns was going off. But then a couple of days later, he was calling out the commercialisation of it.
Okay.
There's an element there. That's fair enough, but he sort of turned it up to 11. Like, I remember when Boomer broke the record, I wasn't a fan of the 4.27 across the jersey. But at the time, it was 10 years ago. And then as the game went on, it's like, oh, that's kind of cool sort of thing. And that's my little opinion on the commercialization sort of thing. We should be able to celebrate these sort of milestones and records being broken.
Yeah. It's a unique thing, man. This doesn't happen fucking every week, man. This is like a once in a 2-decade thing kind of,
and then how some of the media are saying like, oh, clubs are getting shitty with this, blah blah. It's like, okay, but then if you're in the same position, you'd be wanting the same, and then you like, because that's the thing. All the AFL clubs, they all ask the same questions, but it's at the end of the day, it's on the AFL to like tick them off. So they're not necessarily mad that Pendles is getting all this treatment. They're mad the fact that the AFL is like ticking all this stuff off. But then you're creating this narrative that it's like Pendles' problem. No, your problem has always been with the AFL. And then it's like it's basically just them sooking over the fact that, what they wanted, they were told no, but then what we got, we were told yes. But instead of saying, instead of actually having some balls and actually like, speaking up and saying, hey, like, this is like screwed up AFL, like you need to be better. They then make it a Collingwood thing and a Collingwood issue, and now people are then going on social media platforms and it now becomes like a Collingwood problem, when it's like, no, it never has been a Collingwood problem. It's an AFL problem. But then you have, people that want to come out and hate Collingwood and stuff. They then drive their narratives because anything that puts Collingwood in a bad light, they basically just get a boner off it and shit, and then they want to like post all their stuff.
Yeah,
it's just a endless cycle of just toxicity, really. Like let's just call it for exactly what it is, and
So what's going on? I know Benny's on this. So with the Guernseys, what's going on? There's 6 available or something, and one's going, 4 going to the family, or 1 going to the AFL, or what's going on there? Do you know, Benny, or Nate, or anyone?
Oh, I've got one at home right now.
Yeah. Is that true? What Teresa's saying, that one's going at 69,000? That's ridiculous, man.
There you go.
Far out.
I don't know about that, because there's also different versions of the jumpers coming out too. So there was a bit of backlash because there was like gold on, because people thought there was like going to be gold on the magpie emblem and stuff, and people were complaining about that because it's like, well, you can't have that because gold insinuates you won the premiership. You didn't win the premiership. But that wasn't a match-worn jumper. That was a Pendlebury career-worn jumper. Yeah. So Pendlebury over his career won a flag, or he won 2 flags. But that whole gold thing was like it's a separate thing entirely. So again, people just aren't doing their fucking research, and it's just getting frustrating and it's getting annoying because you're having. I mean, let's be honest. All social media is just giving a voice to like the village idiot. And it's when you get enough of the villagers to come together, when all the idiots like sort of combine, it's like nothing good happens. And then you just create like misinformation. You create like so many scenarios where it's like you don't even get the truth out. All you get is just rage bait and just Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm even just exhausting myself even talking about it because it's just so mentally taxing.
I know.
It's just at the end of the day, it's like this is supposed to be something that should be celebrated for something that's not going to be celebrated at least for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, and possibly longer. But yeah.
It feels like it's going to be a great, almost festive kind of feeling going to a game like this. It's a historic game to go to, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll all, all of us that are going will be, we'll all feel special, like we were, Pendles' record-breaking game. It just feels like a real, special game to be at. I'm wrapped. I'm going.
Just some special context as well, like the goal kicking record. Tony Lockett broke it against us.
Oh,
yeah. 27 years later, we get to see a Collingwood player break the game's record.
Yeah,
these records don't take away from the previous record holder. They're just legends of the game, sort of thing. And you see some reactions about how it diminishes someone like Boomer Harvey or whatever, and how he was cut from 2016. And well, this doesn't affect Boomer Harvey's legacy because he was a legend for North Melbourne, and it's not his fault he got cut. It's it's North Melbourne, whatever. But it goes to show that we're treating Pendlebury with more respect towards the later part of his career compared to what North did or what Brad Scott did to Boomer Harvey.
Yeah. A lot of I agree as well. A lot of North supporters say he probably would have played another season easy. And
didn't he play like local football? I'm pretty sure he played local football for like 2 or 3 years, and he was like, I don't even be guessing the numbers, but like I could have sworn there was like Facebook posts or whatever, and it's like, oh, Boomer Harvey gets like 65 touches and a half of football or something like that.
Yeah, he was doing that.
Yeah, he had a great last season. Yeah, he had a really good last season.
And he was racking up like 65 touches and a half of football, and it's like, okay, well, clearly it was a wrong choice by North. And then that's when like North cut their list so bad, like they literally forced themselves into a rebuild. Like it's just
I might nip it in the bud, guys. I know it's early one. I know I usually go for fucking 7 hours, but it's been I know, man. I know. The reason is I got to be up in the morning, and I want to be nice and fresh to savor tomorrow's game in all its glory. So I do usually go for about fucking 5 hours, but I'm gonna end it soon. But if you guys want to have anyone want to put in some last words on tomorrow's game? As I said earlier, said it a few times now. I'll be outside gate 3. It'll be great to get everyone together and have a bit of a laugh. Any last words on the game, guys? I'll start. Benny, I'll start with you, mate.
Yes, definitely see you at half time. I'll creep around there. Surely we get this right. We're gonna turn up. Everyone's gonna play the best game. These old buggers, they're gonna turn up and have a crack, and we should get a good win. West Coast had a win last week. Sure, they'll be happy with that, but GWS weren't even opponents, if I'm honest. It was, like I said, I fell asleep twice watching it. It was just boring.
Yeah, beautiful. Shawnee?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, just want to get it out there. Like, congrats to Pendles for the amazing career he's having currently, and we're seeing the twilight of it. So, any game from here is just a bonus, and just can't wait to get to the MCG and just celebrate it, and just hopefully we can make it worth it and sort of get the win, and let's just have a party for Pendles.
Yeah, beautiful.
A Pendles party.
Well said, mate. And as we said earlier, I'll be with Sean tomorrow morning. We'll be commentating the VFL as a watch along. Initially, Sean was going to go to the game, and I was going to get him to suit up and put a microphone on, and he was going to be my around the grounds guy. But that's not going to happen. We're just going to be broadcasting the game from our respective homes. Nate, any last words for tomorrow, mate?
Fuck Tom Cole.
What the fuck does that mean, man?
The defender?
Yeah, fuck Tom Cole. He's a premiership player. The fact that he's a premiership player and not Tom Langdon makes me sick.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. That's actually fair.
Fuck Tom Cole. Fucking lift.
Who we got next? Chrissy Talbot. Last words before we reconvene tomorrow.
Fuck Harley Reid. Fuck Harley Reid.
All right, nice.
I don't like him at all. I don't think he's one of the worst number one picks in the world. I don't like him at all.
I don't know, Chrissy, man, the jury's out, mate. I don't know. I wouldn't mind him, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that's another thing to talk about at another time. But hopefully you're right, and he has an absolute fucking shocker tomorrow. Anthony B.
Yeah, look, just hope everyone just enjoys the occasion tomorrow. You know, it's a probably once in a lifetime achievement. We aren't going to see it again, so savor it. And look, apart from all the SP stuff, there's still a game to win tomorrow. There's still a game that we have to dominate, and I hope that our boys aren't caught up in the whole SP stuff, 4-3-3, and they actually show up tomorrow, because all the media, all the celebrations, you just hope that they are going to turn it on. So yeah, look, hopefully we win, and Pendles has a day out as well.
Well said, mate. I share those thoughts. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. Let's hope for a fucking big game tomorrow. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Thank you, panelists, for joining me. Apologies to the many people who are waiting backstage. It's very hard to get like fucking 9-10 people on. It's very hard for conversation. I'm trying to keep it a bit more organised where everyone can have their say. That's the reason why I had a lot of people backstage. I couldn't get them on. So please understand. That's the way we'll be heading, directing soon from now on. Thank you, everyone. Can the pies. Come on. Let's go. Catch us all tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everyone in the chat too. Catch us all later. Thank you. See you.